The Against All Odds podcast, sponsored by Oak Forest Recovery.
Welcome to the Against All Odds podcast. I am your host, Rachel, and I'm here with co-host RJ, and we got Wett Brain in the house today.
What's up?
Wett
Yeah,
Brain.
welcome.
What's up, y'all?
I'm stoked that you're on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm hyped to be here for sure.
So you probably don't know too much about what it is that we do on this podcast, or did Justin say anything to you, or?
I watched a couple clips and stuff like
you?
that. Yeah,
Like our reels?
Yeah.
What'd you think? Be
No,
honest.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have came if I didn't like it, even if it was like.
So generally, like what we do is we talk to people that either maybe got sober or getting sober,
Or been through some shit.
some sort of shit in their life. Maybe found some success or like overcame some crazy obstacles. I don't know too much about your story, but what I do know, talking with Woody when he was working for me, it sounds like you've done some pretty cool shit. And then I listened to some of your stuff, man, and I've been a fan.
Yeah,
So.
Thank
it's
you,
good,
bro.
dude. It's
Thank
good.
you.
I got to
I'm
check out
flattered.
more.
I'm flattered. Anytime anybody tells me they like my shit, I'm flattered.
Yeah,
Oh,
he just played a little clip, and immediately I was like, because I hadn't heard anything before, and I was like, oh, we should probably check it out a little bit, or I should check it out. And RJ showed me, and immediately I was like, oh, that's fucking tight.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So give us a little background.
Yeah, where you
where do
from,
where you
dude?
come from?
I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia. It's like, I don't know. I feel like where I grew up, it was just like this kind of it was like a sort of wealthy beach town, but it was definitely like a heavy drug culture there. And like I feel
Is there
like
a lot of military out there?
yeah,
Yeah, it is, right? That's like
Okay.
yeah,
military.
a lot of that too. Which like I don't know if that has something to do with it, like because maybe they bring it in easier or something
Yeah.
in those types of cities. But yeah, it was just like I just remember me and all my friends getting into drugs at like a pretty young age.
Like
I
how
wonder.
old?
I wonder sometimes too if it's like that in like all beach towns, kind of.
How old we
I mean,
talking?
it could be, yeah.
Just like I don't know, just young, like 13, 14,
Yeah.
that type of
I think
shit.
that was-
but-
I
That's
was
like you,
same.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
New York? You were in New York, right? I'm from out
yeah,
here.
but like to me, when I say really young, I just mean like I just think that's too young to be.
It is too.
doing
No, it
drugs.
is.
Sure.
It is.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
So what, you started like drinking and smoking weed?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. Because I went to private school at first, so like I didn't know like about drugs for real. Like
Uh-huh.
I
You were
remember-
sheltered?
Yeah, hell yeah. I remember like my buddy like came up to me that went to public school one day. I was like, yo, you want to smoke a bowl? I have a bowl in my pocket. And I was like, thought he meant like an actual like bowl.
Yeah,
I
like a
was
cereal bowl.
I was like, how are we going to smoke on it? Like
Yeah.
I'm down, but like I'm, what?
You
Why
got
did-
a whole bowl in your
yeah,
pocket?
I was just
Like-
like, what, dude? Like, and then you pulled it out. I was like, oh.
Were you?
Okay.
Do you remember being like scared at all or nervous, or you were just like with the shit?
No, I was I think I was like maybe a little scared because I was always like that. I was always like anti-drug before that when I was
Yeah.
young. Like,
Isn't it
me.
funny how I was?
Yeah.
You were too.
I
I
was
think we all
very
were, and then
anti.
all of a sudden we were like, all right.
then you smoke weed and just realize everything was a lie.
Yeah.
That's fucked
Everything
up.
was a lie.
How old are you?
33.
Oh, you're my age. Okay, so you did the whole. Did you do dare in your little private
Yeah,
school? Okay, so
dude,
because they were
and
like,
then-
you do drugs, you die.
I feel like
Or,
that shit made me want to get high worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's
Like,
your brain on
Dare-
drugs.
yeah, Dare
It's
was
just-
not
Dare
very-
made it
Yeah.
seem like a good, like, I remember them telling me a hit of acid was like $10 and like me doing the math in my head and being like, well, video game and fucking the store is $50.
That's
so
cheap.
if
You're
a hit of
like-
acid is $10 and you're telling me I can have fun all day, like,
Yeah.
it's like I want to do acid. Like I remember thinking that in Dare class. Like,
Yeah.
It's a better video game.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, so you started smoking and drinking, and then
Yeah.
what happened from there?
I got sent the fuck away.
Oh,
Where?
yeah? Like,
What, you got in
immediately?
trouble?
Dude, yeah, I got snatched up in the middle of the night.
Oh, you got
Dude.
Oh,
Good.
you went to wilderness. You went to the
Uh-huh.
wilderness.
Yeah, and it was fucked up too. 'Cause there was no like pre-warning. Like my parents were never like,
But you were a private school kid in Virginia Beach. Start
Yeah.
smoking weed with your public school friends.
yeah, kind of, yeah.
And
And,
then
like,
you just
but
get-
not really like doing anything that crazy at the time. Just like
Yeah,
smoking
having a
weed,
little fun.
and like skipping a little school and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, and then my mom. I think my mom was probably worried too because like my dad died when I was younger. That was just like, another thing that
Okay.
happened. So like, she probably like, ah, fuck.
How
and
young?
then,
How you like?
Like 6.
Okay, got it. Damn.
So then Yeah, so I get gooned or whatever.
What was that like? Can you walk us through that?
Oh my
like what you
God.
remember?
That's such a funny ass story.
And how old were you?
Was it funny or was it traumatic though?
Both as fuck.
That's why it's funny.
Yeah. So I'm just taking I used to sneak people through my like I lived in the room above the garage, like so pretty far from my parents' room. So I would like sneak people in like up my roof and shit, like through my window to come like take bong rips to my house at night. That's just it's so ridiculous as fuck with like shit you do when you're a teenager. And all of a sudden, like me and my buddy are taking bong rips and we hear the door handle jiggle and like we hear the door handle jiggle. And so I'm thinking it's my mom. We're just gonna get caught and I'm just gonna get yelled at or whatever. Yeah. So I'm like, David, get in the closet, like. So he gets in the closet, like sliding glass door closet. So he's just sitting in the closet. And then we hear, like, then my mom yells up the stairs, these people are here to take you to a better place. And I was like, what the fuck? And like,
a better place.
Yeah. And like my homie's like in the closet, mind you, this whole time.
Like, we're taking you to a better place.
Yeah. These people come up the stairs.
They're
like these two big fat people. And, they're like, I'm so high, mind you. I just took like, I'm ripped. Like, we were getting baked, dude. Like, this is the last thing I'm expecting to happen.
And homie's
like,
in the closet.
Yeah, and my homie's in the closet the whole time. I'm not expecting two random people to walk up in my crib. You know, like, I'm like, what the fuck?
And what, you're 13, 14?
Yeah, I'm like 14 or 15, and these people are like, we can either do this. Also, this is another weird side note. I was so high, I just had like a homie get sent to like a Catholic boys' home or like a Christian boys' home.
Yeah.
And like, I'm Jewish, like I'm like, it's confusing as fuck. But I'm so high in the moment that I'm like started screaming at them about like, I'm not going to a Catholic home. Like, I'm fucking Jewish. Like, I'm Jewish. Like, I'm not going. Like fuck that, I'm not going to church. Like they're just like,
you're like claiming like some like religious like safety.
They're just like standing there, like they don't even talk to me. I'm just so high that like because my friend got sent to that's where I think I'm going.
Yeah. Right.
They're like, dude, we're not taking you to a Catholic home or something. And I was like, oh, like okay. They're like, but still, like we can either we're taking you to boarding school. I was like, okay. They're like, we can either do this the easy way or the hard way. And I was like, the hard way. And then they were just like, but then they just like tackled me and like handcuffed me and like put me in the van. And like,
wait, so what happened to the homie? The homie just chilled in the closet.
In the closet.
What ended up happening?
I'm like so scared too because he's just hearing
like,
all
what
this.
The fuck
he
is
doesn't
going
have
on?
any visuals.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way, kid.
Yeah, like he just.
Imagine you're in there.
Yeah.
That's your friend's house. You're just like shaking.
And while you're stoned,
like in the closet, like shaking. I was yelling, "Help me!" I was like, "Help me, David! Help me!"
We're just getting duffed out.
I was yelling for the bro, dude. I was like, "No, David!" He was probably just so scared, like. Because he told me afterwards, like, he didn't know if there were cops or, like, what the fuck was going on because he couldn't see. So it was like, yeah, that was crazy. And then they just lied to me and basically just told me, like, yeah, you can call your, like, 30-year-old brother and live with him and get the fuck out of this as soon as you get to the school. Like, you can use a phone and, like, I'm sure you can get out of it.
Oh, they tried to make you feel like it was all going to be all right.
Yeah, like it was going to be chill. And then,
like, oh, once you get there, you'll be able to manipulate your way out.
And then, and then we just pulled up at, like, a shack in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Clayton, Georgia and shit.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, fuck, y'all lied to me.
Yeah, damn.
I was like, y'all lied to me. They're like, we're sorry, man. We just get paid to take you from point A to point B.
Yeah. They're like, we're just doing our job.
I'm like, damn.
We just transport you.
I was like, I thought we were homies, man. I just chilled with y'all in a car for 11 hours. Like, you know?
Okay, so what did they have you do at wilderness camp? Or school or
wilderness
camp. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. You just like walk around, like pick up trash in the woods and like go on hikes and like.
Was it one of the
Did
super
you make a bow
intense
drill
ones?
and shit?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
like
bow drill.
I know how to
fire.
bow drill. Like, yeah, I was not that good at bow drilling, but like it wasn't my shit.
Bro, you gotta take that thing and you gotta move the two sticks.
Did you go to one
crazy.
too?
No, but I just heard so many stories. I'm so fascinated.
I saw somewhere like on a Mythbusters type of thing or something like that. They tried to bow drill and said it was like a myth. And I was like, it's not a myth. Like I did.
You're like, I've bow drilled.
They made us do that. Like, but if you didn't,
yeah, and you got the little tinder.
What is a bow drill?
Right?
Yeah, it's like
that's
a
what you
thing
make
you spin
the
and it makes an ember, and then you blow the ember into flames.
Oh.
And
You
that's
got
how you
this
make
like
a fire.
stick, and it's like this contraption. You go like this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
But dude, the fucked up part too is like they would give us like they would time us and shit. Like if y'all don't make a fire with this fucking primitive contraption, and within 40 minutes, like no one's getting food, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Walk 15 more miles the
yeah,
next day.
you gotta walk. Yeah, like it was just like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like,
Did you have to sleep outside the whole time?
yeah.
Yeah, no showers, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you learn a lot too about like the human body and just like
Oh,
all kinds
man.
of shit. Like when you're in the woods, like dude,
You
like,
learn a lot.
You learn a lot, man. Like,
how long were you out there for?
like 3 months.
Yeah.
Just
90
like
days.
I remember the funniest shit too is like my parents came out. The thing is too, they didn't tell you anything. It's like jail too.
Oh, they come
Yeah,
and stay
yeah,
with
yeah.
you for a couple nights, right?
Yeah, well, also,
Yeah.
yeah. But before that, they don't tell you when you're in the program. They don't tell you anything like time of day, the day of the week, the whatever. They don't give you any
keep you in the
information
dark,
about
yeah.
anything. So you have no idea. And then
But
like,
you could
don't-
write letters, right?
Yeah, but they don't tell you like when your parents are coming or like when you're gonna leave or like anything, bro. So you're just like having a fucking panic attack like this
Yeah.
whole time, like
yeah.
which like eventually goes away because like humans adapt to like
You just like
You just get
accept
used to it.
right?
you know, you
Yeah.
can adapt, will adapt to whatever. But yeah, so then like I remember my parents showed up and like I just remember my parents were like volunteer to do the thing where they stayed with me for like 2 days to show that they could handle it too. You know
Out
what
in
I
the
mean?
wilderness. So
Yeah.
oh,
And like my
shit.
stepdad's like in the military 25 years too. So my stepdad's like whatever, but like he doesn't give. But my mom is like, I remember her getting there and being like, so like, wait, where's like the porter potty? And I was like, porter potty? Like,
We dig a
Oh,
hole.
yeah,
We
you're
dig
about
a
to
hole.
find out.
yeah, like you dig a hole and hang from a tree out here, dude. It's
Oh,
no porter potty.
shit.
Like, yeah, it's the orangutan hang.
So
Mom.
did she regret
The
it
orangutan,
after that?
Yeah. Hell, I mean, well, I definitely hit her, and she started to feel like, oh, like, wait, what the fuck did I just send
What
my
did I
kid
put?
to?
Yeah.
In a way, but
You've
then,
been out there for 3 months already. You're just
Yeah,
like, you
like,
become like a
yeah.
little creature.
like in a way, but then I think she was just so, just wanted, like, I just think she was. It's her first time being a mom too. You know, like I'm only
Yeah, yeah.
child, and like, I just think she just didn't want to see me go down a certain path, but. Everything that she was doing was like in a way like pushing me more down
Further.
that path, like because she was like but she was, I get why she was trying like this. So after the boarding school after the wilderness program, they sent me to like a therapeutic boarding school, which was like
Where was that?
equally as fucked, honestly. Yeah, that was in Milton, New Hampshire.
Got it.
Yeah. But I look back on the wilderness program thing now and I'm like grateful for it. I think that I actually did like learn a lot in those woods, and like there was a lot of heavy moments and things like that you just really had to face yourself, and like I think it was good for me now, like looking back on it.
Yeah.
Do you like
I'm
the
grateful
wilderness
for
now
it.
at this point in your life? Do you like nature and shit?
Yeah, I do. I love nature for sure. So like
Oh, yeah.
I'm grateful for it now, but back then it fucking sucked because like all
Yeah.
your friends are going to like parties like for the first time, or like
And you're shitting in a hole in the
yeah,
woods.
like chilling
Yeah.
with the girls, and you're just like out there, you waking up to trees every day, like
Yeah.
not the good kind either. You know what I mean?
Not the good kind.
Yeah, and then they sent me to boarding school in Milton, New Hampshire, bro. But what's crazy is if they hadn't fucking sent me to the boarding school, that like. I'm not gonna say the wilderness place sucked because it was, not looking back on it, whatever. The boarding school kind of sucked more, I would say. But looking back on it, I met like the people that would change my life
Oh, wow.
at that boarding school. Like I
Yeah.
met Greg Jones, who's actually like a EDM music producer.
Oh, I know of G Jones.
Yeah, G Jones.
Yeah.
He's pretty big. So I met him in boarding school, and
Okay.
he started like teaching me music stuff. I already knew a little bit, but like he started like, I just remember him being the guy that like made me think, like feel like music was really, 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 really important. And art was like really the like just mattered so much, like art, like, and I think like Greg, like, really, I don't know, he was just awesome to me in boarding school, and we were good friends there. And then like I kicked it with him when I lived out here for a year in Santa Cruz and shit, and he showed me some more music shit. And yeah, so like he helped me learn like some production stuff, and like just got into music more. And yeah, I love you, Greg. Shout out to Greg. It sucks, I had like lost contact with him a little bit because just over the years, like just yeah, I like been trying to get a hold of him somehow. Yeah. But that was like the good homie for a minute. But yeah, I get it though. Like sometimes people's just careers just take off and go different places, and like there's only so much time in a day. You know what I mean?
Maybe
like,
he'll see this and he'll hit you up. You know?
I hope so, because that was my boy, dude. Like we were really close, and he like was such.
I think I've seen him live a couple times.
Yeah, his shows are amazing. Yeah, he's incredible. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so therapeutic boarding school.
Yeah, but yeah, meeting Greg there meeting G Jones there changed my life, because it made me feel like music was really important. And so I think it gave me, that was something that I think definitely I'm grateful for that. Everything else about the boarding school.
What did a day in the life look like there? Like what about it sucked? Dude, just like it was just so stupid. Like I mean, it was just way too much fucking therapy. It was like every day you would sit around and in therapy for like 3 to 6 hours, like in group therapy, you know, every other day or like whatever. And it was just like, were you guys like on lockdown?
Yeah, like you couldn't leave, like you couldn't have a phone, like the computer, you couldn't talk to your parents without like someone listening to like what you were telling them. Like they made everyone like had to tuck their shirts in all the time. Like the girls like had to wear their hair back, no makeup. Like they would just give kids like weird shit. Like some girl had like some issue with isolating or something, so they like made her sit in like a doggy pen for like in like a little Fisher Price doggy like area in the like I don't know, it's just a fucking weird like shit, weird shit, man. Like
really interesting.
Yeah, like behavior mod. It's just like weird forms of behavior mod, dude. That's like just like stop fucking with kids, bro. Like stop.
I think they've shed a lot of light. Like there's like all these documentaries and I mean, people don't. I feel like it's a little back in those days. I feel like it was. Parents were just trying to do whatever the fuck they could. Now there's been a lot of light shed on situations. All that shit. Yeah.
Well, and kids are tough too. Yeah. Especially the kids that are like, I mean, if you were like me, you know what I mean? Like you put me at boarding school, I was trying to
fuck shit up.
You know what I mean? Like, right. Like kids are so tough.
Yeah.
So how long were you there for?
Like I remember I was there for like 10 months after the 3 months in wilderness, and I just remember
how'd you get out?
Bro, they fucked up and sent me on a home visit. Like they trusted me.
Like,
fuck no, I ran away. Like I got to Virginia. I remember like my mom picking me up, taking me back to the crib, and like the last night before I was supposed to get back on the plane and go to New Hampshire,
you just took off.
I called my boy off the house phone. I was like, bro, come pick me up right now. Like, take me to homegirls. Like, I know homegirls gonna let me stay. Like, as long as I need
like
to. Like,
at this time?
Yeah, and my homegirl's mom was like super chill. Her parents were cool, you know. Yeah. And I was like, I know. Like, shout out to Ashley Keith. Yeah, her parents. She fucking like saved me. She like let me stay at her crib until like my mom would chill the fuck out. Like, because I was like, Mom, I'm not telling you where I am, and I'm not like coming home until you.
I'm gonna be disappeared until you tell me it's all right.
Until you promise me I'm not going back there. Like I'm not coming home.
Did you ever try to tell her that like it sucked? Really? Did she care that it?
Yeah, I mean, my mom are like best friends, dude. That's my girl. I love her to death. Like,
it was probably really hard for her too. She just probably didn't know what to do,
for sure. You know? Like, she lost her husband. You know what I mean? She didn't want to lose her son. You like, my heart goes out to her for sure. Like, I love her, and I'm not like mad, upset with my mom. But I think like maybe like deep down it still hurts that like that happened on all that shit. But no, it's like my best friend, bro. Like, no, I'm not. Yeah. We're cool, like, but it sucked. It sucked.
Okay, so you're staying at Ashley's, and then mom chilled out a little bit.
Yeah, they just chill the fuck out. They're like, okay, they're like, all right, dude, fuck. Like, we didn't realize it was like really that bad.
Yeah,
like,
I
was like, I couldn't tell you because like they listen.
They monitor
like,
everything.
Can't. Yeah. So you have to just play the game. That's what's fucked up. That's the only way you're gonna get out of one of those places. As like
right, and they can like add more time, right? For doing certain shit.
Yeah. You have to just play the game and like.
Yeah. Yeah, and just let
break
them.
you.
Yeah, force you into doing whatever they say.
Yeah. Okay, so now you're back home. You go back to high school. You go to high school.
Yeah.
Or?
So then I started going back to school,
Okay.
like normal school.
Public school or private
Yeah,
school?
well, my mom tried to get me back into the private school, but they were like,
"Fuck
no. Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
Hell no. So I started going to public school, and then like.
So what would you do? Like, why were you getting in trouble? Like, what was like? Why did the private school not want you back? Were you just like breaking rules and like skipping
Well, the
school
private
and,
school
like,
didn't want me back because I think that they knew that I was like smoking weed and shit and doing bad shit.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Whatever.
But you were like one of the bad kids.
Yeah, the bad kids. Like whatever. and then what was I gonna say? Shit. Yeah, and then I started going to public school. Yeah.
And how was that?
It
From
was like
being in private school and then like wilderness and then this where the therapeutic whatever. Then you go to public school.
Well, then I dropped out of public school, like, cause I was like so far behind that like it was just stupid, like, cause like when I went to the actual boarding school and shit, that like none of the
The
credits were like,
transfer?
yeah, like I swear some of these schools just like a made up like
Yeah.
accreditations and shit.
Yeah.
You know? Like I don't think they're actually accredited or like what I don't know, like
Yeah.
probably just photoshopped like an ACC accreditation thing like on the website, you know, to make parents think like, oh, they're accredited by the ACC. It was like not even a thing, you know. But yeah, so like none of my shit transferred really. So like I was like a fucking super senior basically, you know, but like a super duper senior, and I was in like 11th grade or I was in like 10th grade. Like I can't, you know. So I was like way older than all the kids in my classes. All my homies were like 2 years old or 2 grades above me. So I was just like, I was like, this, like, I'm not gonna, I'm not coming here every day. Like, fuck this. Like, and I also knew as a kid, you know, it's weird. Like, I feel like I swear to God, like, as soon as I came out the womb and had to start going to that place, like school, I swear, like, just caught the vibe. I was like, I'm never gonna use like any of this.
Right.
Like, I knew that. Like, I don't even know like how old. Like, way young. Like, okay, I know how to read. I know arithmetic and like addition, subtraction, multiplication. You know what I mean? I was
Do you
like,
remember when they used to tell us back in the day that we wouldn't have a calculator in our pocket? I remember.
Well, did they?
Yeah.
They tried to tell us, like,
you're not gonna have a calculator in your pocket all the time.
Phones, and it's like, look now, you know?
Yeah. But I just remember having
Now
that
I've got AI.
Yeah.
Yo, that's so true. Yeah. Like if they only knew, like,
Right.
not only do we have a calculator, bitch, like I have like a fucking
I have a robot.
a metaverse.
I got everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
All
so
right,
you
so
drop out.
So did you never graduate?
I got my GED and shit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like right after?
Yeah, which was the easiest test ever. I
sure.
remember people telling me like I failed my GED. I'd be like, dude, what? like my one homeboy had to take it like 6 times. I was like, dude, what do you mean? It's all just like a paragraph that you read and then fill in the answer about the paragraph. Like for every section, like math, science, every section, math is like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, how'd you fail that, bro? Like, how'd you fail that 6 times, dude? Like, I can't even hang out with you till you pass this, bro. Like, yeah.
You can't be friends until it's done.
But shout out to one of my other best friends who that happened with. Shout out Corey Salerno, I love you.
Okay, so
he's a smart kid, dude. He's just a fucking
he's
idiot
just
like
not a
the
good
rest
test
of us.
taker. He's just not a good test taker. It's okay, Corey. It's okay. Okay.
But that's my guy, though. I love you.
So you get your GED. And then what do you do from there? You get a job. What are you doing in your life now?
So from there, I like, I guess I would just get like, I was just trapping, really. That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. I was like, cause back then in Virginia, you could sell weed like that still. So basically what's crazy about my parents too is like, they went from like sending me away and all this shit to like hooking it up fat.
Okay.
I don't know what happened, but I don't know if like my mom felt really bad or something. And then I came back. I was like, I'm done. I'm not going to school. They're like, please. I was like, nope. And they're like, okay. Like, okay, like, what are we gonna do? And then they were like, well, you're not living with us, so if you're dropping out of school and they're like, you're not living with us, so we're gonna get you like a 1-bedroom apartment, like a chill little 1-bedroom apartment down the street.
Oh, that's not bad.
So
that's a tight setup. Yeah.
And what, you're like 17?
If you're like mature enough to like handle that setup, but like I'm like a 18-year-old drug addict and like
drug
addict.
Are you just smoking weed and drinking at this point, or you're doing like, what are you doing?
After I came back, I was like, fuck it, let's go. Like I didn't care, whatever. And I'm getting into opiates. So that's like,
was this like OC, like this is like the 80s days or what?
No, I was like a little I don't know, I got into opiates like a little after the 80s were not a thing, like but they did have the Opana like 40s and shit. That was always like
those green 80s, man. Those were the glory days.
Yeah, that was like a little pre like my shit. But anyway, so so my mom they just got me an apartment on the street and shit, and like it was just nonstop, just trapping and debauchery. Like it was just slanging drugs and like and because it was also just fucked up because like every kid knew like bro, it got to a point like. It was just bad because everyone knew where I lived. Everyone like it was so because I was just dumb and young and naive and just like chat like, what is it, don't shit where you eat, like never trap out the actual crib, you know what I'm saying, that you actually live at, like I don't know, they're just, if you do it smarter, and it just turned into like, bro, I remember my friends would tell me stories of like, yo, Merv, we would come over and you would be like nodded out. Like we'd come over to buy a bag of weed and you would be like nodded out and we would have to go get the weed from your bedroom, like the pound or whatever, for you, bring it out to the table with the scale for you, and like basically like weigh it out and then just give you the money. Yeah. Cause you just be like,
did you ever get robbed?
Wow.
Like, not that you know of.
I got like for like small shit, like never like they never like got me, like, but like because somehow thankfully like I had like enough like good like I don't know, my friends I guess just actually love my dumb ass, you know what I'm saying? So like they could have robbed me so many times if they wanted to, like they, you know, they could have got something legitimate, but they were just like, that's our boy. He's just strung out. He's just strung out, but we love him, whatever. Like, I don't know. But yeah. So I was mainly just like doing that. And then I'm like, my parents would try to get me to like have a normal job too, but it was like, dude, selling drugs was easy. And like,
did you ever try to work? Like, what kind of jobs did you try? Well, no, like,
so they would like make me as like a contingency of like having the apartment, right? And, like paying for.
You had to go get a job and show that you had a real job.
Yeah, like they tried to do it like that. You know what I mean? But what was I gonna say? Dude, they would make me get these dumbass stupid fucking jobs. Like I was like a pizza delivery boy. And this was like,
that was my first job, and it made selling drugs easier.
That's like, I didn't think about it like that. That's really smart.
I'd sell sacks.
That's entrepreneurial. That's entrepreneurial as fuck, dude. Like
that was my whole jam, dude, for like a year.
Yeah, that's tight.
I get tips. And
that's a good idea. Dude. That's a really good idea. Yeah, no, I couldn't find the address, so like that was like an out of the question for me. I was burnt. And, like,
you couldn't even get to the house,
dude. I couldn't. Like no joke. Like this actually, this is a story that my parents told me one time. I didn't even remember. We were at dinner. Like I forget one time, and I was just talking to my parents, and they were like, dude, you were so high. They were like, we had to come to the pizza parlor like on multiple occasions and like and like park in the back of the pizza spot, and like you would get the order and like we would drive you to the delivery because you were too lit.
Your parents.
Yeah, like my mom or dad would like pull up in the back and like drive me around to do them because I was just too high to like drive the car. Dude. Like I totally forgot that too until they told me that at dinner with like whoever we were with. I was like, what? I was like, that really happened.
Damn.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah.
All right, so you got this little apartment.
It's trapping.
You're starting to get strung out.
Yeah.
Are you shooting dope or
what?
I'm
starting to get strung out. Yeah,
and you're shooting dope.
Yeah, because it's like at this point, it's like
It's the East Coast, and at this point, like it's
it's all
wax. Like I'm getting like either gel caps.
He the bags that I used to get.
Yeah, I'm either getting like gel caps with like.
You guys are getting that China white.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like different colors.
Yeah.
Just powdered dope.
Yeah, powdered dope.
Gray, white.
But out here we just had
or
brown.
brown. Yeah. There we would have brown powder too sometimes too.
Oh,
yeah.
Like, but yeah, it was all like wax bags or gel caps or whatever the fuck. And
Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
When did you make the jump from, you were just doing pills at one point and then you went to heroin?
dude, you know what's fucked up is the way I got addicted to opiates the first time, like I didn't even really know what the fuck they were for real. And it's crazy because like we've been taking fentanyl lollipops since I was like a little kid, because my grandpa got these like fentanyl lollipops and I didn't know what the fuck. We had just started smoking weed and I didn't even know what fentanyl was at all. I just knew, like I would see grandpa like with the lollipop in his mouth, like in the sun, like reading his little Bible, dude, like reading his little Bible, and he just looked like he was real chilling. And I was like,
he was believing in God.
And I like knew, and I knew, I was like, what's that thing in his mouth? I was like, it's got to be that. And so then I started like an asshole stealing fentanyl lollipops from my grandpa who like needed them because he's like in like fucking pain, like he's an old man, like I'm a dick. But yeah, so we, I don't know, I forget where that came. Oh yeah, so I
know what it was.
But I didn't even know what it was. I just thought like, I think my mom called them like morphine lollipops or something. I just knew like it got you fucked up, but I didn't even know what an opiate was. I was like 13 or 14. I just started smoking weed. So then when I actually got into opiates, which was the crazy thing too, is like I didn't, when I took the fentanyl at like 13 or 14, like it didn't turn me into an opiate addict.
It's so
like I didn't
experience. I had gotten
it didn't click.
Patches.
The fentanyl patches weren't
they weren't that strong.
Yeah.
Right? But I also had tried oxys when I was like way younger. And I didn't really have an experience. I didn't like continue doing it. I wasn't like, oh my God, I need more of these.
Like,
but I was like a stoner at the time. And I was just like, I wanted to roll blunts.
Right. Like, I was like, weed is so much cooler than this. I was like,
you know what I mean?
Like, what is this? Yeah. I feel like I was too young to understand. I don't know. It's like you don't have the problems or something that you do when you're older.
Yeah,
so
maybe it's
take
an age thing too.
Like when you take a fucking oxy at 10 years old. When you take an oxy at 10 years old, it's like what stress do you really have?
Right.
Well, that shit's gonna make you feel that much better.
Well, when you're 15, I like the adventure of getting high.
Right. And like opiates aren't really like,
it's not an adventure.
It's
like drowning out the world. Right?
Yeah.
It was like when I'd roll a blunt or smoke out of the bong, dude, my roar. It was an adventure, and we'd be like, "Oh, let's go explore.
Let's go to the woods.
You know what I mean? Let's go get some ice cream.
Let's go to Dairy Queen.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you tried opiates, and opiates are just like, I just want to chill and watch a documentary. And
Go
sleep.
But
you know what I mean? Pretend like the world's not happening.
Yeah.
But then when I was older, it hit me totally different. I was like, oh my God, I love this. Like, but it was fucked up because I didn't even.
How old were you now? Like 16?
At this point, I'm like 18, 19 years old. I have the
GED,
apartment.
Yeah.
And then like, what was I gonna say?
And what about music? Were you doing music at the time?
Yeah, I'm like fucking around with like little, like I had like a little 8-track recorder. Like this was like, I didn't have like Pro Tools even yet, or like, or Ableton or like any of this shit. Like, I didn't have Fruity Loop, nothing. Like I just had this little 8-track recorder and I knew how to play guitar and like I'd sing and like fuck around with my friends on it. And it was just garage shit, bro. It was just for fun. Like I didn't think it was like ever gonna turn into nothing or like.
But it was like a consistent thing. Like you were always fucking around on it and just like.
Kinda, yeah. Like I had a liking for it. I did for skateboarding and like all that shit. It was just one of the things I was into.
Yeah, it was like coming home and drawing or something.
Yeah, I was like I was really into like, I liked playing guitar and shit, but I also just love such a head. Like always just listening to music, like and just listening to weird shit. Like I don't know, like Pimp C is like one of my favorite artists. Which like if you listen to my music, you probably wouldn't think that. Like, that's like my favorite. Like but yeah. So then I got in So then the way I got strung out was weird, dude, because it was like I had this little homie who would come over to my trap spot.
and he'd trade us, or he would just like buy weed or whatever. He was like some kid, one of the homies, and one day he comes over with these pills, and he's like, "Yo, I got like." I don't think really knew. He was pretty young. I don't think he really knew what it was for real. He's probably like 14, 15, probably like 18, 19 or something.
Yeah.
Stolen from his parents or something?
He's stolen from his parents.
He's just trying to sell them.
Yeah, he's like, hey, he's like, but he came over with like a shitload of them, dude. Like, I remember he had like because his dad was in the military or something, and for some reason he got these giant ass fucking bottles of Vicodin, like gigantic. And this fucking kid came over with this big ass bottle, and like, me and my homie like knew what Vicodin was at this point. Like we were hip to like that shit and stuff. We're starting to get hip to like opiates and shit. So we're like, oh fuck. And this kid's like, he has like a giant bottle of Vicodin, dude, gigantic. Yeah. And he's like, yo, Merv, will you give me like I don't know, like an eighth for this? And like,
oh my God.
And I'm like, dude, an eighth?
I can give you like a gram.
Yeah, I was like, I think I could do like a half eighth. Like, I'm joking, dude. That would have been such a dick move. I was already at like an eighth. I was already like, wow, this kid's already like fucking himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, sure, dude.
Right
I'll
out
give you
the
an
gate.
eighth.
Yeah, right
You
out
know
the
what I mean? I'll give you an eighth. I'll stoke
Yeah.
you out, whatever. Because me and my homie are like,
you're like,
fuck
jackpot.
yeah, came up,
Yeah.
dude. And but we didn't know is that you can get sick from not taking opiates.
I didn't know that either. When I think it's not something that's talked about unless you know people that are already strung out and doing that. I feel like
I had a buddy who I like first went.
Oh,
with,
you had the warning, right?
Yeah. Well, he told me he's like, don't take it. You're gonna get strung out. You're gonna get addicted. And I'm like, nah, dude. Like,
I'm stronger than
you know what
that.
I mean? Like, come on, bro. Other people take this shit and stop. Like, I've got it. You know what I mean? I just didn't think that I could get strung out.
Yeah, I feel you. And then
So wait, did you get strung out on bikes?
yeah, so dude, we just were popping them bitches like every day and going to my friend's going to work so I've had a couple little jobs like pizza delivery, working at my friend's dad's factory, like just different random.
What were you
bullshit.
doing at the factory?
Just like labeling, like organizing shit. Actually, yeah, that's a whole nother story, but his dad's a gangster. Basically what he does is he like buys like liquidated shit from the government and then stores it and then sells it back to the government for like way marked the fuck up.
I love
He's just
that.
like fucking the man all day. Like, so he was always like, I always loved that dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we would go work at his, but he's not even like that.
Wett Brain's idols, dude. He's got like a little shelf of idols.
Yeah, like
here.
that guy. Yeah,
All right, cool.
shout
we got
out.
Pimp C.
God,
We got
listen.
fucking
Yes,
the man fucking the government. All right.
Shout out Ken Tomasovich, bro. Yeah, he's definitely not gonna ever see this. That's my homie's dad, but yeah, he's not even the type of dude that's like trying to fuck the man either.
Right.
He's
just
like,
doing it.
Yeah, he's just doing it because that was the hustle he
It's
figured
awesome.
out or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, but I just always thought it was punk rock as shit. I was like,
Yeah.
I love you, dude. Like, because I hate the government. So, yeah. Anyway, so we would just take a bunch of Vicodin and go work at my homie's dad's factory with me and my friend Morgan. Shout out Momo. And yeah, we would just get high and go work there. And like, I just remember eventually, dude, like we ran out of pills. And then I remember me and him like being at work one day and we were just looking at each other like,
why does it hurt?
oh, I'm so sick right now. Like, why do I feel like this?
Yeah.
I was like, do you feel sick too? He's like, yeah, dude, I'm fucking dying.
Sweaty and fucking
Like this fucking sucks. So then like we call one of our big homies or something.
Did
We're
you
like,
know? Did you figure that it was
something? I think we kind of like I think we like maybe like I think what happened was I called like somebody that was older than me that been fucking with the shits, and I was like, bro, why do I feel like I'm dying right now? Like this is I can't. Please make it stop now.
Yeah.
Like I'll do anything. And he was like, oh, dude, you're like physically addicted. Like you have to get more opiates, or you're gonna not. Or you're gonna. He's like, you're gonna feel like this until you get more opiates in your body. And I was like, what?
Fuck.
I was like, I don't even know where to get more. Like homie sold me and get his dad's whole thing. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, well basically, bro, your choice is like, you can either go buy more pills, which is like this much money, or you can get like some powder heroin and like snort it up with me.
Yeah.
And we were like,
Oh, and he was
and
already.
he was
doing it.
and he was like, and it's way cheaper, bro. He's
Yeah,
like, so
it is
he's like,
way
you want to
cheaper.
go buy the pills? Like I got you, but I would he's like, you should probably just do this. So I was like, all right. And he's like, and it's gonna get you way higher.
Yeah.
Bro. So I was like, okay. So I just started snorting dope, and that's when me and my friend started snorting dope, and then slowly but surely, and then somebody like introduced me to the needle, and that was like a coke thing. So the first thing I ever shot up was coke. It was hella weird.
Just by itself?
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
It was cool, but like fuck that.
Yeah, it's not that great.
It was cool, but fuck
You
that.
gotta mix it.
Yeah. Fuck
Speedballs
that,
only,
dude.
man.
Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just weird. And then we had like with these weird like older. I just remember I had like this one of my. They were like our. It was like my friend's older brothers that we shouldn't have been hanging out with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just remember one of them was like an EMT or some shit. So like he would like shoot us up like.
Oh, and he was an active EMT?
Or like he like a phlebotomist.
Phlebotomist.
He would
Yeah.
some shit.
Where he could get it done.
This fool like
this
fool like
yeah.
knows how to hit you like
Yeah.
every time on the money. Like
Yeah.
I just remember that fool was like kicking with us a bunch, and that's when I really started getting in like shooting heroin and shit because it was just like the big
And was
homie.
it
The big
speedball?
homie would just hit us, and then I learned how to do myself, and then all that shit.
Was it speedballs pretty much right out the gate, or?
No, it was pretty much just
heroin?
dope. Yeah,
Okay.
just heroin, and then like I probably did start doing speedballs, but I don't know why coke was the first thing like I shot up. It was just
Just
like
for shits
so
and
weird.
gigs.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
weird,
Yeah, you were just
dude.
like, fuck it.
Yeah, it's just like that was it though.
Do you remember what walked you to that point or no?
Yeah,
Like what was the situation that you were just like, I guess I'm gonna bang some coke right now?
I was living at my homie Jake's house, like trapping out of his crib, and like, I don't know. It was just like, it was
Just
just
happened.
the drugs were just
Yeah,
always
yeah.
around, like so heavily, like
Yeah.
it just like nothing even out of the ordinary. It was like a fucking Tuesday, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so
Somebody
you-
was
so
like, "You ever done this?" And I was like, "Maybe I'll try it."
Yeah, might as well.
So you start shooting dope. You're strung out.
Mhm.
Then what happens? How long do you stay strung out for?
Fuck, dude. I'll tell you this though. I'm a pretty low functioning addict, and to be honest, like I would tell you I'm a pretty low functioning person to begin with. So you add drugs into that equation, like
Yeah.
I burn out like pretty slow or pretty fast,
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah,
fast. Like,
Yeah.
Like your hustles just disappear.
Yeah.
Like they called me Wett Brain like before I did music.
I was gonna ask,
You
where did
know,
that
like,
come from?
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
Well, it was like
They just knew him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
my homie Muckrock, she's a painter. She started calling me that shit as like a joke because I was just like fried out when I first met her. She called me Wett Brain. It was a joke,
And it
then
stuck.
it just stuck. And then I was like gonna put out music, but she also like helped me get sober and shit. So
Oh,
I don't know if you've had her on here.
No, I'd
What's
love
her
to
name?
though.
Muckrock, she's amazing. She's like incredible.
Yeah,
female,
I'll grab her.
Santa
female
Monica.
street,
Okay.
female street artist. She's like the queen of Venice,
Hell
bro.
yeah.
You gotta.
Hell
she's
yeah.
got a
I'm always
house.
looking for more girls.
Well,
to
she's
have
got a
on here,
house
too.
down in Santa Monica where they host an AA meeting. It's like a meeting hall. in
Oh,
Santa
okay.
Monica.
Yeah, she
I
has,
need to
like,
get her
it's
info. You have her
basically-
info?
I'll give it.
I don't.
I can
Okay.
give it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like
okay.
one of my
Yeah.
best friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
I owe that lady so much.
Yeah, she'd be dope though, for
Yeah,
sure.
I would love that.
Yeah, she's sick.
Like when COVID happened, there was no like meeting halls in her house. She just turned into like a meeting hall in
Yeah.
Santa Monica.
Yeah, dude.
And
like,
I went out there and spoke a few times.
that.
It's a dope little spot.
yeah, it's really cool. She has definitely like that lady. There's definitely like a huge like. If she was the seed in the center
Yeah,
of like
yeah,
the
huge
mandala
ripple
or something,
effect,
there's a
yeah.
huge thing of people getting sober just from that one lady getting sober. Like that's
Hell
what
yeah.
that shit always blows my mind too. Like,
Yeah.
like if this one chick didn't get sober, like
All of this.
all of this,
Yeah.
or all this shit wouldn't even exist.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, so you're low functioning.
Yeah, as fuck,
You're,
dude.
you're
So
like
I'm-
18, 19.
Yeah,
then what
so
happens?
I burn out quick. And
What do
then,
you go
like,
to rehab or like?
yeah, my mom, like, she's like, where you want to go? She's like, bro, I can't deal with this shit anymore. Like,
So
basically,
she knew, like, once the opiates came in, she
Oh
knew?
yeah, so listen to how I got caught, dude. This was
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Like my mom had just had surgery, and I kind of forgot, and like she had just had surgery, and like it was No, I knew she had surgery, but what I forgot was that she was like basically healing, and so she couldn't. I lived on the 3rd floor at this apartment complex, so she couldn't come up to my crib because of the stairs, because of her back or whatever. She was like while she was healing,
Yeah.
she couldn't walk up there. But then eventually one day she healed. And I didn't know that on that day. That's
no,
when
so you were
Mom
sick.
healed
You were like
up.
up on your perch.
So I thought I'm chilling. Mom can't come up here and figure out what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I
Shit's
mean?
everywhere.
And everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a mess.
And no one gives a fuck because there's no parental supervision at all. It's just
Right,
a bunch
right.
of like 17, 18-year-old, like 19-year-old kids just going out,
Yeah.
like doing whatever they want. Like,
Yeah.
like there's spray paint on my walls, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And I'm probably also jumping around in the timeline. Like, a
No,
little
it's
bit,
okay.
but-
No,
I
you're
feel like
good.
you're doing pretty good.
But yeah, my mom just shows up one day. Somebody knocks on my door, and I think it's just like one of the homies. And like I have a blunt in my hand. There's dope all over the table, like coke, like obviously coke and like heroin too, because there was like
you got
brown.
rigs out too?
It was like I don't think there was rigs.
okay.
Yet.
Thank God. That's
But
hard for a parent to
At,
walk
like
into.
at this moment, there wasn't any rigs. I don't
Okay,
think,
okay.
but like I think we were maybe starting to go into that direction. But yeah, there was. But my mom definitely knew something was crazy because there was like brown powder and white powder, and like obviously my mom knows like coke is white. Like even though she
Right.
doesn't really do,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
do drugs.
Yeah.
And what the fuck is this brown shit? And then she like I come to the door, she knocks, I open it up. I think it's one of the homies, and I'm smoking a blunt. It's my mom. I'm smoking a huge blunt, and I just see my mom, and I'm like, oh. And there's just kids all up in my house, bro. There's like 10, 12 kids in my fucking house.
Did she freak out?
We're just like party. Yeah,
Yeah.
she starts screaming like
I mean,
immediately,
yeah,
dude.
rightfully so.
Immediately
Yeah.
screaming,
no.
dude. Oh my god, yeah. She because also like my homie Sydney was like, we had like a beer keg. Like I don't like, bro. We had like a beer keg like in my apartment, like just
Just stupid shit. Yeah.
on a Tuesday, like in the daytime, like what the fuck, dude? Like, and I remember my mom like coming in and screaming at everyone, and like my homie Sydney Bridges being like, "Wait, Debbie, can I just top off my beer? Hold on." And my mom's like, "Sydney, no, get the fuck out, dude! Like no, I don't give a shit about you topping off your beer. Like I'm mad. Like
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like yeah. So my mom, that's another reason. Like like she's my best friend, and I like don't fault her. Like I don't like hold anything because I was just the craziest little bastard
Yeah.
child
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. She was probably like,
bro,
hey, what the fuck,
I
dude?
wouldn't have I wouldn't have known what the fuck to
Right.
do with me at all either.
Yeah.
Like what the hell? Like but yeah, so so then fast forward after that, and I'm like getting shooting, and it's just getting darker and darker.
Yeah.
Right.
Inevitably. And then
And you haven't been to treatment yet.
no, I haven't really been yet. So then
How
my
did she
mom,
react? Yeah, when your mom found you guys
like once
there.
she realizes like, okay, I'm doing heroin and this is like bad. Like real
Did
bad.
you admit it, or were you trying to be like, no?
I'm like when I'm on dope, like opiates, like for some reason it's just so obvious, bro.
Yeah.
Like some people can hide it. With me, with like weed, for some reason, like once I've been smoking for a long time, like I don't get my eyes don't get red. I'm not like you can't really tell if I smoked weed if I've been smoking for a long time.
But if you're on dope,
with
you're-
opiates, like
yeah.
it's like, but I feel like it's that with everyone really.
Yeah.
But I guess I met some people that can kind of hide it a little. You
I was
know?
pretty functional on
Really?
opiates. I mean, you could definitely tell if you looked at my eyeballs, but I was
Oh.
pretty
I
functional.
was very non-functional.
Yeah.
it was
I would like.
not.
I only
was
like
not really.
speedballs, and I got like 90 days.
Well, once I
I'm
started the crack,
homeless.
once the crack
You know
came
what I
in,
mean?
that's when I.
Yeah.
But opiates alone, I was pretty functional on for a while till I wasn't. You know.
I never liked it by itself. I needed fucking heroin and cocaine, or heroin and crack.
Also, how long is this? Just so I know, because like.
Oh, we just.
We just kind of go hour and a half.
Okay,
Like,
okay, cool,
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely want.
I'm not in a rush. Like I love
Yeah.
this shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we want to definitely get to like what's going on current day. how you
Yeah,
get into
for
your
sure,
music
for
career.
sure,
Yeah.
for sure,
I'm
for
super
sure. Okay.
interested on like.
For
I mean,
sure.
obviously, we want to talk about like what it was like when you were growing up, like you're getting strung out, East Coast.
Okay,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
of course.
We're
of
about to
course.
be at. So your mom knows you're doing heroin now. So
Right,
now
so,
you
so,
almost
then, so then
20.
she asked me, she's like, "Where do you want to go to rehab?"
Mhm.
You're like
Was it
Malibu
Florida?
on the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, Malibu.
Of course.
Passages?
You want to go to LA, right?
I just like watched like Malibu when I was watching
Yeah.
some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Dude. I'm like
B-Ride?
19, you know what I mean?
Oh, I just
I'm like,
watched
I'm
that
like,
movie.
I'm like I just seen all the pretty shots or whatever
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
like whatever Malibu. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Had
I
you
want-
been to Malibu in your
Fuck,
life?
no, I just knew it was like
Yeah, yeah.
bougie and like
But had you
the
ever
beach
gone to the
and
West
like.
Coast or California?
Nah,
or,
hell
like-
no, dude. I've been like,
Yeah.
I've been like not many places in my life.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
traveled much, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so your mom's like, all right, we're sending you to Malibu.
Yeah, she's like, fuck it, we can go, you can go
right.
to.
And what, you had
whatever.
insurance or something, or like?
Nah, I think. Oh, maybe. Like, yeah, I probably did, but yeah, I don't know if it was like, I don't know what the deal is. If they
Yeah,
gave
yeah.
cash or whatever.
Yeah.
I come from like a family that has means. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. They don't have like stupid money or like fuck you money or like.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like they're not.
But your
like,
mom's
they
like, all
have
right, we're
some-
gonna pay for you to go to
Okay,
like
yeah.
a nice rehab in Malibu.
Yeah, like
All right.
she's like, you know, try to help you, whatever.
Yeah.
And
Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
yeah, I just remember that. Yeah, it was like there was first rehab. Like I don't know. I went to Milestones Ranch actually.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
and
good friends with.
Oh really?
Yeah,
they're
Denise
sweet
and-
people. Like
yeah.
I like. They were
Savannah
really. Yeah,
and-
Savannah. Yo, shout out Savannah. She was
Yeah.
so fucking nice to me.
She was amazing.
I love her, bro.
Yeah.
She was really, really, really cool to
Yeah.
me.
Savannah
really
and
cool
her
to
mom,
me.
they're both great.
Yeah. No, that spot's awesome. Like
So that's
it was
where you went
awesome.
first. That was your first rehab experience.
Yeah, and it was cool, a great spot, but
Yeah.
I just wasn't ready. Like
Yeah.
For sure,
I
yeah,
wasn't-
yeah.
But
Well,
that,
what,
but
you
yeah,
were 20?
yeah, like around there, like
Yeah, yeah.
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Dude, I get the timeline fucked
It's
up.
hard.
like, yeah,
It's
yeah.
a lot. There's a lot going
Yeah,
on in that time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were at Calamigos Ranch
Yeah, because
over at Milestones.
Yeah, this is where the timeline gets weird or like hard for me too, because then this is like the next few years are weird. So then the next few years, I remember I got sent to the rehab for the first time, and then I think I went back to Virginia and like maybe went to rehab like some more, and then like I think and then I got arrested. Yeah, I got arrested for possession of like mushrooms, and I got caught with the ounce of weed and an eighth of mushrooms, and that's a pretty funny story. But like, but I'll lose my train of thought if I.
Yeah, keep going, keep going.
Yeah. So then I get arrested for that, and then my mom's like, "Oh, that's the thing. Oh, that is okay. I have to say this. I got arrested 2 days in a row, like, which is ridiculous. How the fuck you get arrested 2 days in a row, like for two different things?
We have
Like-
people that have been arrested too. I think
multiple times in
multiple
the same
times
day.
in the same day.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, they got me beat then. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I think there was
I
like
mean, no,
one
but
was
you-
like
I felt
3 or
like
4
every
times
day is
in
like,
the
yeah.
same day.
Yeah, in the same day is wild.
Yeah, like the first time, like I got arrested for like getting in a fight with my stepdad, and I remember my mom, like, so I got in a fight with my stepdad, and then I had to go to jail because she called the cops. I remember telling her like, "Mom, don't call the cops. Like, you're just gonna deal with more shit. Don't call the
Right.
cops." Like, you know. And then but of course she called the cops. So then I had to go to jail for getting in a fight with my stepdad. The next day, I'm like, yo, they bail me out. I'm like, okay, yo, mom, I'm not going outside today. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm chilling in my room today. I'm not dealing with no bullshit. Like, is that okay? And she's like, no, like, you should go out. Like, you should go do something later. I'm like, dude, I just got out of jail. Like, I
Right.
don't want to
Like,
go
please.
anywhere.
What do you
Like,
mean?
I just want to smoke weed in my room. Like,
Yeah.
leave me alone, dude. Like,
Yeah.
please. Like, she's like being weird about me, like, going out and doing stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
So I like go and like, that's when I get arrested again. I had a feeling too. I was like, no, I really don't want to go. I have like this weird anxiety that something bad's gonna happen.
What'd you get
Like,
arrested
I just
for?
got like in trouble yesterday,
Yeah.
and then I basically there was like a bunch of cops on this road, and like I fucking saw there was like a bunch of cops on this road, and I was like, I knew I had shit on me, so I turned off the road, and
and they were like-
thought like that I'd got away from the cops. Just because I didn't want to get pulled, because like they always pull me, because I just like I just always get pulled. Like I just that
They just
that's
see you
my
and they're
luck.
like,
They
yeah,
just,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
they-
Low functioning.
I always
Yeah,
get
yeah.
fucking pulled, dude.
They feel low functioning.
Yeah,
It's
they
like,
just,
ah.
I don't know what it is, dude. I always get fucking pulled, even before I had the face tags. Always, like for sure. And then so I there was this cop that I didn't see like getting off when I turned off the road kind of erratically to like get away from this like long line of cops. And I guess there was this one dude that I didn't see like all the way back. So I just pulled off the road into this narrow and like parked up, posted up, like just kind of waiting to get back on the road so I could go home, you know, once they're all gone or whatever the fuck. But this dude comes up, this cop car comes up behind me. I'm like, oh fuck, like he saw me, like he saw what I
he saw you
did
trying
and
to duck
shit.
out.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god damn it, and then he comes up to the window and he's like, hey, like, why did you turn off the road like all erratically and shit? And I was like, I don't like cops really. You know, I'm like young.
Yeah,
I'm like
I just don't
I'm
like you,
I
right?
just don't really, y'all
I
make me
don't fuck with you,
nervous.
yeah.
Okay, like
Yeah.
you're very powerful people. Like, I don't want nothing to do with you motherfuckers. Stay away from me, dude. Like
You have too much power for
yeah,
you.
like I don't want
Those
nothing to
metal
do with
things you
bro.
got on your
Like,
hip right there,
I
and like the
fucking
gun.
hate
like,
you
we're
guys
good.
so much. Like, eat my dick, dude. Like, oh, like, and he's like, oh yeah, is there like, are you okay, or did it this or whatever the fuck? You know, I'm like,
Are
yeah,
you
I'm-
high right now too?
I'm
when
high
they're
as shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, shit, he's just
yeah,
fucking
I'm
eyes
like,
all
I'm like,
lights.
yeah, man, I'm good. Like, da, 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 da.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm so hot. You want to know how high I am actually when I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
older?
yeah.
That I asked this cop that I've only met one time that this is my first time meeting this man. I'm so fried, bro, that I asked him if he'll be a character witness at my trial with my stepdad for fighting my stepdad. I'm like, please
You
just
knew right
tell
there.
him that I'm like a good guy. He's like, bro, I just met you. Like, I don't,
He's like, I don't
even
even
know
know
you.
you.
Like, and I was like, true. Like fuck.
But you would
yeah,
have been
that
such
does-
a good character witness.
Yeah. Like, dude. And he's like, after I do that, he's like, all right, dude, get out of the car.
Yeah.
And I was just like, here he goes. Would you like to get out? Or he's like, he said something like, would you like to get out of the car? And I was like, is that optional? Like, can I stay in the car?
Yeah.
And he's like, no.
No.
And I was like, like, fuck, dude, why'd you ask me like that?
Yeah.
Why'd you make it seem like I could?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to get out of here, bro.
Yeah.
They pull me out.
playing with me.
Like, get the fuck out of the car, dude. Like, pull me out. Like, he's like, can I search you for weapons? That's where they fucked me too. Like, I'm an idiot. I just don't know my rights. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm like, weapons. Like, I don't have like any nunchucks. Like, sure, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
have any
I left my
nunchucks.
ninja stars at the crib. Like, go for
Yeah,
it. Like, and like he's like putting it all of a sudden he starts putting his hands in my pockets and shit. I'm like, whoa, bro. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, whoa. And he's like, and then he starts pulling the shit out and put it on the thing. And
No.
I'm like,
Oh.
fuck, dude. And then they're like, what is this? I'm like, what do you mean, what is it?
That's not even
What do you think it is?
What it looks like. And then they just took me. And that was the second day I got arrested. And then I had to sit in there for like a few weeks and shit on like a felony mushroom charge.
Were you
Yeah,
doing-
mushrooms are a big deal.
Back
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
like over 10
They
years ago. Yeah, like hell yeah,
And
that
someone
long
was
ago.
telling me even now, if you get caught with shrooms, they charge you of trying to poison someone.
Really?
I don't know how true that
Some
is.
states
like
have weird
manslaughter or
laws.
something.
Someone
Some
told me
states
that the
do.
other
I've heard
day.
have weird laws.
Yeah,
About
around mushrooms.
psychedelic drugs.
Yeah.
Around
Yeah.
mushrooms.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm like,
Like involuntary
Don't-
manslaughter or something.
there's stuff like that, but then
yeah.
there's also it's like intent to poison or some shit if you get caught selling shrooms.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy. Slanging shrooms and you're poisoning.
All right,
people,
so
I
then what
guess.
happens, bro? Like let's
You go to jail. Are you dope sick in jail? You got a kick in jail, or are you not? Or did you?
No, luckily for some reason, by the grace of God, I was not addicted to opiates at that moment
time. Yeah,
when I
yeah.
got arrested that time. Thank
Okay.
fuck,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
My buddy though, Morgan, I don't even know. Shout out to my boy Momo. I don't even want to say his whole name because this is a crazy story. But like, I remember he got sent to jail one time, and he was like addicted, like somehow he's addicted to like Suboxone and opiates at
the same
also,
time. Yeah, yeah,
or like
yeah.
something
Or
crazy
Subutex
like that, or
probably.
like
Yeah, you
some
can.
Subutex.
Yeah,
or, like,
yeah.
he was like addicted to like Subutex, heroin, and Xanax, and like everything, like literally,
All the
like
worst
literally
things. Everything you could do.
everything,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And his house got raided. They found like all this acid. Like he
They
got
took him in?
busted hard. And yeah, I remember poor bro had to go to jail, and he had to kick all of it cold turkey,
Oh,
subs,
no.
Xans.
He's
and
lucky he didn't have,
opiates.
like, a
He's been
seizure
sober
for-
ever since.
Have
I
you
swear
ever
to
been
God.
in precipitated withdrawal?
No.
Oh, thank God.
I don't think so.
Oh, thank God.
But bro,
Okay.
it was
Worse.
that bad that bro. He said they had to put him in a turtle suit and like leave him in a cell, and he said it was
Yeah.
so bad that he never done drugs since
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And bro, he's been sober, but he goes
Yeah.
to AA and all that shit,
Traumatized.
all that shit.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
that was just so bad that he was like, "Fuck this." Like,
Yeah, I never had to kick in jail. I couldn't even imagine.
I could
I
not.
couldn't.
yeah, I
couldn't.
can't imagine kicking one. In
Yeah,
jail,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
just opiates,
And then,
but, like
yeah,
benzos,
everything.
opiates, and subutex, like all
Fuck.
of that shit. Like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a turtle suit, like.
Okay,
But it's
so
just like, what right do other humans even have to like do that to people? Is just because you have like a fucking like like I don't know, mind altering substance,
Right.
that someone chose to take on their own volition.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, bro. It's like so we can put you in a cage for that. Like that's just crazy. I mean, so abstract and like
Yeah.
that's why I'm like I hate you fucking police, bro. Like
Yeah.
know.
Okay, so you get locked up. You do your 3 weeks or whatever, and then what happens? Do you go to treatment after that, or are you running for a little bit?
Wait, say it again.
You said you got locked up, right, for a few weeks.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank
so
God.
my parents pulled this like, we're only gonna get you out if you go to rehab. Thing.
Okay.
Classic.
They had a little leverage.
Classic.
Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
They did that. They tried that. I got sent to rehab, and then I go to this ghetto ass sober living in like in or just like this kind of hood ass sober living in like in this one part of Richmond, Virginia. So like my mom was like, okay, you'll get you out of jail and you can go to Richmond or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. And then I'm like at this like poopy ass like sober living like poopy. Like I'm there for like
I'm gonna start saying that now.
like
That's fucking poopy ass.
I'm there for like however long, and then I remember I got caught smoking spice. Like I remember I walked in,
Because it didn't come up on a drug
yeah,
test?
because it didn't come up, and like I remember like I remember I would go out on the porch and like I was there for court, you know, so I had to be there or whatever. I would go out on the porch and like smoke a spice joint, and then like normally like the house manager would be like asleep or something. But
Yeah.
I guess he like
You just have the worst luck.
I have
Yeah.
terrible luck with everything.
He gets pulled up on
drugs, like, dude. The only thing I have good luck with is like not having a child yet or something that I'm not able to take care of or some shit, or getting some fucked up disease or like something like that. Those are the only things really, like cops, all that other shit. Nah.
Yeah.
But yeah, wait, what were you saying?
So you get caught at your sober living,
Oh
smoking
yeah.
spice.
So yeah, I smoked the spice joint and I walk inside and immediately like the light like catches my eyes catching his eyes and he can just tell immediately like for some reason
he's like this boy, he's
immediately
something's up.
Also something weird about this motherfucker Josh, whatever the fuck his name was, that was a sober living manager, that I just want to say too was a very weird comment he made in the car to me one day. It was like he was like, yeah dude, AA really changed my life. Like before I came to AA, like I'm gonna say it like this. He said I used to look at some really weird porn, if you know what I mean, right?
And
he's like, after AA, dude, not anymore, man. I'm a changed man. I was
thank
like,
God, I guess.
I was like, bro, I don't know if that's.
I don't know if
that's
AA,
brother.
right.
Brother. Like, all right, dude. Like, now I kind of think you're like fucking weirdo, but okay, like,
sheesh.
and then I just remember, so that was weird as fuck, but it always made me laugh that Will said that. I was like, I don't think that's AA, dog, but okay. Anyway, so then he sees that I'm high. I go up to my room and I'm like praying that he's not gonna walk up there. I'm like, hopefully you didn't realize I'm good. He walks up and he's like, so what's up, dude? And I start geeking. I'm just cheesing out. Like I can't, because that spice shit makes you laugh your dick off.
Yeah,
man.
I've never done spice. But
I kind of fucked with it on like a weird level.
Yeah.
Like,
It was pretty addicting though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really bad for you.
People
like,
get
real
strung
bad.
out.
Them like spraying research chemicals on some potpourri and
Bro, people would get
Yeah.
strung out on it though, and like go through
Bad, go
detox
through
and
withdrawals
Yeah.
or lose their minds like completely.
Yeah. Oh,
Crazy.
yeah. I remember seeing shit like that.
Yeah.
And but yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So but the crazy thing is like he like this fool was nuts. They like I got caught and he was like, all right, well, so now we have to take you to like the hospital and tell that you have to tell them like that you want to kill yourself or something.
What?
So that because like it's weird, bro. They were like, we're kicking you out of this sober living and you have to go to like
The hospital.
We're like, because we want to just like kick you out on the street. We got to like,
so to have somewhere to go.
yeah,
that
like,
way
so
okay.
you have to go.
That was their plan.
Yeah, we're gonna
yeah.
like 5150 you or
So you're not
something.
and then
homeless.
we'll bounce.
Yeah. They were basically just trying to get me like there, or I don't know.
Just get
what
you
the
wrapped
fuck,
up in
bro.
something. Yeah.
Like, and I just remember getting to the hospital and them trying to do that, and the nurse like talking to me and being like, "Do you want to kill yourself?" Because that's what they're saying, and I was like, "No, not at all. Like, I don't want to kill myself at all, dude. I'm good." And they're like. They're like, yeah, we can't take him, bro. Like, he doesn't want to die. Like, he's fine.
Yeah.
And then I just remember the house manager being like, man, like, just so mad. Like, that they, like, his little plan didn't work out. I'm like, bro, I don't know what you thought was going to happen. And then, so then they dropped me off at this, like, fucking, God damn it. Like, this homeless shelter that was also, like, a rehab program.
Yeah.
And
Like one of them
like a
Salvation
Salvation,
Army.
Yeah. And like, and I remember going in, and like at this point I like fucked with heroin and shit, but like I wasn't addicted to it at the time because I was at the sober living and and I remember going to the place and like the lady's like, okay, so they took me there and she's like, what are you addicted to? I was like, currently like nothing. She's like, what? Like, why are you here? And I was like, this sober living, like, kick me out and drive me off here. And they're like, why? And I was like, I got caught smoking spice. And they're like, what? And she's like, what had started all this? I was like, I got arrested for getting caught with mushrooms. And the nurse lady at the like homeless shelter place was like, okay, you're not supposed to be here. You're like a little kid, like, or like she's just you're not strung out on heroin. You don't
go
need
back
to,
to
like,
your family.
Yeah. So
go home.
she's like,
Call
I just
your
like,
mother.
Yeah, she's like, can I just call your mom or like something? Like, this is so ridiculous. It was weird because like every once in a while I would run into like a well-adjusted person like in one of these like fiascos or something that would be like, okay, I kind of see your point, kid. Like, you should just do that or whatever I thought was actually like the right answer. Someone would like finally like agree with me because like sometimes I was definitely wrong and they had a point or like I should have gone to rehab or like this, that, or the third. But then like other times like I probably also like, maybe could have been listened to a little more too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but it is what it is. Dude, fuck. Where are we?
You're at the homeless shelter rehab.
Yeah,
they tell you to
so-
go. They're like, you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, the lady fucking calls my mom and she's like, yo, can you just like come get your kid? Like, we have enough like really gnarly, like, she's like, no, he can stay there. Like, And I was just like, mom, I like said I was like, mom, coming home. Like, fuck this shit. And like, I literally just had my buddy come pick me up, dude. And then like drive me back to like my parents' house. And they're like, you can't come in, fuck you. And I was like, so, okay. So then I just stayed at my buddy's probably for like a month. And then they finally let me back in the crib. You know what I mean? But then they were like, I think that's when they were like, all right. I think right after I got arrested and got kicked out of the fucking the court appointed sober living, the day after I had went to court and they had told me I was like good.
Yeah.
Like it was like literally the day after I didn't have to be there anymore or whatever, or I'd done the time or whatever at the sober living. And like I got kicked out the next day. Like if I got kicked out before, that would have been an issue,
you would have been done.
Thankfully, yeah. So then as my mom,
So how old are you at this point? You've got to be like what?
Early 20s, yeah.
So like fast forward, like how do you end up back in California?
Okay, yeah.
Music?
So
like,
yes.
I understand you probably go in and out and you do this for a while, right?
Yeah. So anyway, my mom's like, all right, I love you, dude. We tried everything, but I'm like, what do you want to do? She's like, what the fuck do you want? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, thank you. Like, that was a really cool question. I know it was really, you never really asked me that. Like, okay. She's I'll hook it up. Like, I don't want you in Virginia anymore. Like, I don't want you here. I don't think it's good for you.
Just get out of here.
And I was like, okay. So then I hit up my boys, like G Jones and Greg and my homie Andy Pancakes and fucking my buddy Justin from boarding school. And I'm like, yo guys, like where y'all at? Like what's good? You know, like I have to move. Like my mom was forcing me to move and like I don't know where to go or like what to do. And they're like, oh bro, we're all just like living in Santa Cruz. Like you should come here. I was like, is there weed there? They're like,
a lot.
Fuck yeah, dude. I was like,
the most.
Sick. Like but I still in my weird ass little head like didn't believe them because I didn't know nothing about California or any of this shit really, bro. I just been to like rehab in Malibu for like a week, you know, however long, like. And I remember like sneaking weed, the stupidest shit ever, like sneaking weed on the plane, like to Santa Cruz, like with my mom.
Because you didn't trust that there was going to be.
I could get weed there. you ever been to Santa Cruz?
And then when you got here, you were probably like,
yeah, it's the dumbest fucking thing you could ever think.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like that, like, oh my
You
god.
shouldn't know. You weren't
So
exposed to
stupid,
it,
bro.
you know?
Like, I know, but when I think about it now, I think it's so hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
and then and then fuck, what was it?
You
Yeah,
got
so you
here
go
and
to
you were
Santa
pleasantly
Cruz.
surprised.
Yeah,
with the
so I
weed
get to Santa
situation.
Cruz, dude. Yeah, I get to Santa
But
Cruz.
this is where you start getting into music because your homie's there who's like,
Yeah. But
in
and also
music.
G Jones there. So
Yeah,
my
yeah.
homie Andy plays music. Like Justin, like everybody that's there just gets high and plays music, all that kind of
Okay.
shit. Like
Yeah,
they were going to UCSC, some of them.
okay.
Like I actually was going to like a little like vocational music school. Like it was like a music school that you could just like enroll in. You know,
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna have to have like any.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a
So
private.
I was doing that and like living in Santa Cruz and like but then
Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
dude, the other thing that I didn't realize was like how drug fueled Santa Cruz is.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
It's
Is it?
Yeah.
Bad.
Santa
I don't know
Cruz,
anything
yeah,
about
for
that.
sure.
I like
Okay.
that. I've heard it's also I've heard
It's
there's
one of
also
the
like
best
a
mushrooms of my life.
Oh, wow.
And best acid.
probably
Oh, wow.
yeah. I
Ever.
believe you. Yeah, I believe
Hell
that
yeah.
for sure. It's a super heady like spot.
Yeah.
heady
Very
ass
hippie.
I love a heady
yeah,
spot.
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah. So what I didn't realize about it was like. It's a beautiful. I mean, Santa Cruz is a fucking gorgeous
one of the
area.
most
And it's
beautiful,
like there's like a whole bunch of different shit going on there. There's all sorts of stuff you can get into. I heard there's also like a huge sober capital or like a huge sober community there.
Yeah.
But like when I was there, like I was getting high with my friends.
Right.
So like, but yeah, so it got pretty bad. It got pretty bad in Santa Cruz, like because that shit was just so prevalent. So.
Is this back to the heroin now?
Yeah,
Okay.
like and meth. Like started doing meth some because like it was so
Oh,
available
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It was so available, and I had this like it's funny too. We had these like weird tweaker old ladies that did meth too in my apartment complex, and like
You'll always find when you're doing shit like that, you'll always find some weird ass tweakers to do
yeah,
meth with.
like yeah. It was weird though because they were like they seemed like normal old ladies, and their house was clean and like.
Their house was clean because they were doing meth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was like chill, chill there, you know,
Yeah.
like because our house
They
was
used
messy
meth
as
in
fuck.
moderation.
Our
Yeah,
house
yeah,
was,
yeah.
our house
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
messy as
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
And
Right.
like, there's like I've always had like a big.
They twist the
heart.
pookie
Yeah.
like they were having a cup of tea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
Facts.
Wait, fuck. What was I
You said
gonna
you always
say?
had a big heart.
Yeah, I always had like a big heart, dude. So, also, dude, I'm like so fried. So, like, I might zone out and not hear certain things you guys say, and I have to ask you to
That's
repeat
okay.
yourself because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
fried,
yeah.
bro. Like,
you're good. You're Wett Brain.
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least the name like gives people like a warning, like
Yeah.
like a trigger. I don't know, but anyway, so yeah, but it was just side note. We would like smoke meth with these fucking old ladies. It was funny and shit. And like one of them was like, I don't know, like somehow knew, like one of them was somehow friends with like one of my favorite pro skater, like Caswell Berry's like mom or something,
Oh,
and she would always
shit.
talk about it. Be like, yeah, Caswell, da 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 da, and we'd be like smoking, like I'd be like smoking meth, like talking about like enjoy bag of suck, like Caswell Berry's skate park with like this old ass lady, like
Yeah.
it was so weird, bro. Like just some of the shit, like, yeah. Anyway, so I basically just it gets pretty dark in Santa Cruz, and
Yeah.
then I get evicted after the year because the complex is like, dude. Like you've like lit in fires, like
Yeah.
there's been like,
They're like, it's
dude,
probably-
like there's just a bunch of debauchery that went on at the crib in Santa Cruz. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I've always, because I come from like a little bit, I feel like more than some people.
Yeah.
Maybe than like the average person. Yeah, because I maybe come from a little bit more than like the average person or something. A lot of my friends or something. I've always like wanted them to have what I have too. Like and I've always, I think that comes from my mom. My mom's really generous, like super generous person and just like super loving. And so I've always like been
I've always let too many homies live with me. Like when I was in Santa Cruz, bro, it was like I had like G Jones was doing his own thing. He was starting to come up and blow up, and like his career was starting to thrive. So obviously he had his own place. He's doing his own shit. I'm also learning how to blow glass there, which is cool. Like my mom's, or like I'm like one of my friends is like teaching me Schwa. My buddy Schwa's teaching me how to like make bubblers and shit. So some cool things. I'm like doing music and doing that. Cool things are happening too. Like there's cool things happening too, but there's also a lot of drugs and bad shit.
Right.
So, but yeah. Wait, fuck, dude. Where was I?
You're good.
So
you get evicted.
What happens after?
Oh yeah, I get evicted.
Get evicted.
Yeah, so then I come back. I start dating this girl in Virginia too while I'm in Santa Cruz.
Okay.
I come back with this girl for like, I think altogether like it's such a the timeline's such a blur, dude. Maybe like we were together for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Her name was Megan. She's like my best friend.
Yeah.
Like probably my first love. Like I don't know, maybe like I don't know, maybe I don't know. We were really close. That was my like everything, and unfortunately I came back to Virginia, and like sometime that I'm back in Virginia, she starts living with me, and then she's a little younger than me. Like I'm like 20 in my 20s, like early 20s, like 20, 21, something like that, and she's like 18 or something, like a little younger, or she's like something like that, and but like we like our parents like knew that we did, like it wasn't you know what I mean, like it was cool, and whatever, she was like living with me at the time because like her mom didn't have an extra room or something, like I don't forget what the fuck, but I don't know, like I was at the hospital having a stomach exam most of the day, and then I came home and like I guess she had taken some pills. I was aware she had taken some pills, but I just thought like her normal shit, kind of I didn't think anything out of the ordinary. Like she was walking around talking, acting normal, like like I mean she was like a little fucked up at first, like earlier in the day, but then like later on, like she was like normal. She seemed normal, and she like went to go to sleep in my room, and I don't know, dude, like didn't wake up, and like I found her. I found her. I don't think I've ever talked about this on the internet. My close friends know and shit, but so then that happened. She passed away like in my room. It was super fucking traumatic. Like the whole thing like just really fucked me up. And then after that, that was when shit got really dark. That was when shit got really dark. Like I just remember like pawning the same like MPC, like the same little beat pad thing, like every single day, like pawning that shit every day, and then like to get a bag of dope because I just couldn't feel that she wasn't there with me anymore. I didn't want to feel that she was gone. I just couldn't do anything but cry, and like I don't know, dude, it just really fucked me up, like super bad, and because it's the last thing I ever expected to happen, like because it wasn't like somebody shot up and fell over. It wasn't like that. Like it wasn't. If I thought anything was wrong with this girl, like I loved her to death, I would have taken her to the hospital immediately, or the doctor, or urgent care, like anything, like so fast. But like I thought she was cooling. Like I was checking on her, and I thought she was in bed snoring super loud. Like I didn't think anything until I went back, and then she just wasn't. You know, and like maybe I should have known because she was snoring super loud, but
you probably didn't know at that point.
I didn't know like what like an overdose like that looked like, where it wasn't like someone just shot up like that. Like the only thing that I've ever experienced other than her thing than that was just instant overdose. Right. I've never like seen that where it's like somebody like took some pills and fell asleep and they're like just kind of snoring. Right. So like I don't know, but yeah, so then all that shit happened. It fucked me up super bad, dude. It got really bad. I was like pawning the same MPC every day, getting my aunt to bail it out of the pawn shop every day, like just so I could get a bag of dope every day. And just like begging outside the fucking 7-Eleven for money for beer. Just like I had to stay annihilated all the time. I had to be like obliterated all the time. I couldn't feel it. Like that's something I wanted to say on here too. I think like sometimes as much as the drugs like killed me and like could have taken my life so many times, like they kept me here a couple of times too,
No,
like,
I mean that's real.
They kept me here a couple of times too. Like I don't know if I would have been here if I wasn't able to get fucked up like when that happened.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
They do help when we don't want to feel the shit that we don't want to feel, until they don't help anymore, right? Until they start really fucking shit up even worse. But yeah, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
So shit got really bad.
Yeah, shit got really bad after that. And then my mom was like, and it just got bad. My parents too, like everybody, like, cause it wasn't like my parents didn't like blame me for it or anything that. They knew like it wasn't like that. Like I was never investigated by the police or like anything. There was never like any suspicion of like anything, you know, like, but it still just tore me up and fucking ruined me because that was my baby and I just felt I was supposed to protect her and I didn't, you know, and I could have, I could have been a better influence and I wasn't. And I don't know, it just fucked me up inside, man. And, anyway, so then shit just gets dark. I'm just doing hella drugs and my mom basically just like, look, like my it gets so bad that my parents press a restraining order on me. Like right after my girlfriend dies too. They're like, they press a restraining order on me too. Cause they're just like, my mom came over and tried to help me out one day and I basically like broke her windshield and like flipped the fuck out on her and like all this shit.
Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
This is a long story. I don't want to get into it, but I just freaked out on my mom, so she pressed a restraining order on me and like a disturbing the peace charge and all that shit. And then so then yada yada yada. Long story short, I just like my parents like, all right, if you want help, if you want to squash it, you want to get out of this dark pit that you're in. You got to go to Meninger Clinic for 60 days or whatever.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But they were like, first you got to go to this bullshit like public city outpatient thing at the like public psych ward.
Yeah.
Where the bus would like come pick me up every day and like take me to the public psych ward with like a bunch of other like homies that didn't want to be there either. And like it was funny and shit. But they were like, you got to do that for 2 months every day for us to talk to you. Just for us to talk to you.
Yeah.
And then once we'll talk to you, then you got to go to this fucking bullshit and
Menninger.
Right.
Menninger.
Okay.
But at this point, I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. Cause like I'm dying. I'm dying, bro. Like help me. Please help me. Like I'm
so
like,
you were
want
willing
help.
at that point. You're like,
dude,
please,
I'm like so low inside. Holy shit. Like my girl is gone. Like I'm destroyed. Like I'm just like do anything to get better. Yes. And then so then I end up in Menninger and then Menninger, dude, that fucking place. But yeah, shout out Menninger. Like they're cool.
What is it? Where's that?
It's a nice place. I mean,
Here?
They're like a prominent treatment center. It's for
it's in like Houston.
Diagnosis and
it's like it's a pretty cool spot, but like I don't know, it was cool because they gave me like a giant diagnostic pamphlet. Like I know a lot about
yourself.
Hell yeah.
On paper and shit, and also not on paper, but but I have a whole big thing, and then but then I got kicked out of Menninger, so I got kicked out of there for like some stuff with just me and this girl like got into it and then got kicked out for that shit.
Like the no contact where they're trying to separate you guys, or like you got into it in like a fight?
Not like a physical fight, but I yelled at her. I yelled at her. I was like, she pissed me the fuck off, dude. And like I don't know. So anyway, So then they kicked us both out, and like my mom's like, "Where do you want to go?" And I was like, "Well, will you send me?" I was like, because she was making me go to a sober living, so I was like, "Okay, can I go to a sober living in LA and go to music school and like just like I was doing in Santa Cruz because I kind of like." It's like I like enjoyed the music school shit and enjoyed music. I knew like I loved music. I've always known that, So then my mom's like, okay, fuck it, like I'll send you to LA, like, I'll get you in a sober living out in LA, and then
where'd you go? Where'd you?
I went to Casa Nueva Vida. Do you know that spot? David Marvin and shit.
No.
And Uncle Steve. Casa Nueva Vida or whatever the fuck. But you know what? They're good ass people. I fucking love them to death. Those are some really good guys. But I was just not ready to get sober, bro. Like I also just the thing it just happened with my girl, man. Like a few months before. Like I was doing better, but like I was so broken inside.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it just but I mean, as you can imagine, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so then I eventually got kicked out of there after like 3 months for like smoking a blunt in the room or something. No. I think I just had weed on me. It was just stinking in the crib or something. And like the owner was just like, bro, like you smell like weed,
got,
like a motherfucker, bro.
just,
Like
like,
you're not sober. I was just like, yeah, I'm not sober, dude. Like they're like, all right, Mervis, just like get the fuck out. Like get your shit. Like
so,
you gotta
and were you
figure out.
doing music at this time?
Yeah, I was going. I think so. Yeah, I was going to a school that I called like Dub Spot or something.
Yeah.
Dub Spot. It was in LA. It's for like production and shit. And yeah, and then so, yeah. So then I get kicked out of there, and I don't know nobody in LA really that I can like stay with, right? So I
Yeah.
have to call my boy Schwa, who was teaching me how to blow glass
Oh,
in Santa
yeah,
Cruz.
yeah.
Like, I'm like, yo, Schwa, I just got kicked out of Silver Living in LA, bro. Like, can I come
Get
stay
me,
with
yeah.
you for a few days, bro? Like, I don't got nowhere to go in Cali, bro. I don't got no like money. Like, I'm,
So you went back up
I'm like
north?
fucked, bro.
Yeah.
Like, well, so then I go up. So I tell my mom I got kicked out of Sober Living. They're supposed to visit. They were supposed to visit like in a few days anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell my mom I got kicked out of Sober Living. I got an Uber up to Schwa's house in Santa Cruz. It was crazy. The Uber cut off like halfway from LA to Santa Cruz. The Uber cut off, like in the middle of the desert.
Why?
And it's just me and this big ass black dude, right?
What do you mean cut off? Like, he was like, you gotta get out?
The thing just like glitched
Stopped.
out and like stopped. The Uber stopped, like stopped charging or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
And so what? The dude was just like,
No, yeah.
Did he
So
keep
it's just
driving
me and
or
this
what?
big ass black dude, and I'm looking at him, bro, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, bro, like we're in the desert too, like in the middle of the desert. Like I'm
Yo,
like,
don't
bro,
kill
I'm
me,
like,
please.
bro, like he's like, I'm not gonna do you like that, bro. I
Okay,
can't
hell
do it to you, bro. Like
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
take you the rest of the way. Like we'll square
just
up,
leaves you in
like
the
desert.
we'll square up or something.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
like when you get there, or whatever, like I'll take you. Don't worry about it. Like, I wish I knew who that guy was, bro. Like, I really wish that I could just tell that guy thank you now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember the name.
Yeah,
but,
imagine
like,
he left you
Yeah.
in the desert.
Yeah, bro, that would have sucked. But also, he was just so nice about it. Like, when we got there, bro, like, I was like, I don't even think I had any money or anything I could give
Yeah.
him. Like,
He was
because it
just-
cut off. Because I was using my mom's credit card to, like, for the Uber.
Right.
So I didn't have, like, really.
Yeah.
So he just kind of did it, like, just to be a good person.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like go shout out, bro, whoever you
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Like that was some like I was like, thank God, like thank God for this man, bro, because it was really halfway. Like he really still had to drive me like hella far and not
Yeah.
get paid
Hours.
for it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I was like, that
And
was
he had to
nice
come
of
all the
him,
way
dude.
back.
Like and
Right.
go all the way back. Like
Wow.
so.
Hopefully he hit a few rides on the way home or something, you know?
Yeah. And yeah, so then tell my parents I'm at Schwa's in Santa Cruz. They're like, all right, you stupid fuck, we're gonna be in LA in like 2 days. Like, God damn it. Like, okay, we'll fly you back down. When we get there, we'll fly you there. We'll meet up,
Yeah.
figure it out. It's like and then I'm like, I'm not even 26 yet. We haven't even gotten to like the first time I really tried to get sober yet.
Let's jump to that. Let's jump
Okay,
to that. 'Cause
okay,
we're
okay.
gonna run out of time. here.
Okay. All right. So basically, like this bullshit like keeps happening. From
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
go
So
through
you're
it,
going
yeah.
in and out of just different places. Not
Actually,
staying sober.
so after the Costa Nueva Vida thing, I got kicked out of there or whatever in the Santa Cruz and coming back while my parents were visiting, they just got me a crib in Park La Brea and like let me
wow.
just do drugs and gave me money for like 4 or 5 years.
Wow. Living
Yeah.
the dream.
Yeah, you'd think.
Yeah, you
Kind of.
right?
Yeah. Like on the outside.
On
Look at that.
paper, dude. Yeah, on
Yeah.
paper. Yeah, no, it was crazy. It was so weird, man. It
And were you
was
doing
like
music at this point?
no.
No.
And
So music
you know
comes
what
in
sucks
after
too?
your first,
I
like,
didn't
real
drop my
try.
first song like as Wett Brain until I was like 6 months sober.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay, so
like
you got
I've
this-
always done music, but I was like on drugs, like in my room trying to make like weird like EDM music and
And
shit.
it never came out good.
Never. I'm a terrible. I'm a good like producer and engineer, I would say, but at that's not my forte. My forte is like vocalist and songwriter.
Yeah.
I can produce and I can engineer and mix and like master enough to get around and do my thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm not G Jones at
Yeah, yeah,
production. Like I'm not like that's not my shit.
Right,
But I
right.
can do it, but not like some guys.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I stay in my lane with
So
that.
so when did music become a thing, man? When did that start to like?
Okay, so then I get sober.
There's 4 years of like debauchery, me having an apartment in La Brea, and then eventually I just get like spiritually depleted.
Right.
And my parents are out there. They get over it too after just giving me so much money and just like letting me do my thing for just years and whatever I wanted in LA and just do whatever the fuck. They're like over it, and me just getting kicked out of places and kicked out of apartments, and they're just over it because I was just kept getting kicked out of apartments at this point, and they'd stop trying to get me to go to rehab and shit.
Right.
They just give me money and let me do my thing.
Yeah.
So and then I just get spiritually depleted, and I'm like, all right. I was like, because they cut me off and all that shit. They finally cut me off one day, which like I didn't think was ever gonna happen. I thought it was gonna be like endless summer forever, bro. I was ready. I was like,
I mean, 4 or 5 years.
Forever,
Yeah,
bro.
that's a long ass time.
It was probably longer, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly. It was a long time, and yeah, but then they finally cut me off. Finally, you know what I mean? For whatever reason, they just had enough. Finally, I'm like 26, 27. Around that age, they were like, we're done.
Yeah.
I knew it, that they were being serious this time.
Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
So then that's how I met Robbie Blackburn. The Blackburn guys, you know?
Yeah.
And Robbie and Nathan and all those dudes. And then I went to Muck Rock and I basically said, hey, my parents are really done with me. I'm done with me. Like I'm depleted. I'm actually, and I actually told her. Like, I remember like.
And you knew her at the time already? Like,
yeah, that was already my homie. Like I'd already been like around meetings, bro. Like I was down to go to meetings. That's the thing. Like I was down for sobriety. Like I fucked with it. Like after I meeting Muck Rock,
you just
like
never stay sober.
I just couldn't stay sober. But I thought it was hella cool. Like after meeting Muck Rock and seeing how she was sober, but still how like able to be like her little degenerate, like artistic dope self. Like I was like, oh, you're sober and you're not like a douche.
Boring.
Like, boring douche. Like cool. Like I want to be sober. I want to be like you, Muck. Like and so that exposed me to it, but it took me a while. And then so I would go to meetings, you know, I was like doing drugs, living in Park La Branch. I would like try to go to meetings with the homies and like whatever.
Right.
There's that. So, but yeah, I finally like hit my mom or Muck. I was like, yeah, I gotta find this. Like my parents are over it. I've convinced them that I will actually get sober this time if they like help me get into a spot.
Yeah.
And it took a long time, like, because they were really over it at this point for them to believe that. And thankfully, I went to Muck and I met Robbie, and that was when I got my first 2.5 years sober.
Hell yeah!
Because you went to Robbie's spot.
Because I went to Blackburn. Blackburn, Robbie Patrick, that motherfucker, the fucking angel, like
he's so
saint,
great,
bro, like the most goated. Like,
how did you feel about being sober in that time? Were you like happy and living your life, or did you hate it?
That was like when I came into my own, like really started to like figure stuff out. Like, oh, I'm not gonna make weird EDM music. Like I should actually sing. Like I'm a stoner. Like it was just like, dude, like. That's what's fucked up. Like sober me is like, I mean, it's the same with everyone, bro. It's the best version of you. Like I don't know, like that shit. That first 2.5 years sober was so cool. Like I don't have that long now. Right. Like I'm actually like not even like fully sober right now. But I'm on the way. I'm like trying to.
So that 2.5 years, that's when you started making music seriously, and is that when you got signed? And
that's not
everything kind of took off, or
that wasn't when I got signed, but I started getting like little like deals, you know, and shit. Like
where were you putting your music at? The people, were you just like posting it online, or
like just on like I would just upload it through like DistroKid,
and you gained a little fan base and stuff?
Yeah, and then then it was cool because like back then, what was the fucked up part is that I was like, so like Peep definitely inspired me a lot, like Love Suicide Peep. Boys, like all these people that I could have like met them because I knew people back when I was living at Park La Brea and shit. I could have like had a part or like just been part of that thing more. But I was actually like doing drugs like in my apartment in Park La Brea and like had like no idea of like any of this shit really.
Right.
Like I was just
the
like,
opportunities you missed out
I was
on.
gone. I was
Yeah.
just fried as fuck in my apartment. Like I
Yeah.
could have like went out, hung out with these people and like made music with them or this or that. But I just was so gone that like I would just it didn't even like register to me or like the LA music scene I wasn't even tapped into yet. Like I didn't know, bro. I was just on drugs in an apartment in Boca Bay, and that was all I was doing. Like so it sucks. So then when I got into it, I'm 26 and I started putting out music as Wett Brain. Like I'm like 26, 27. I'm like pretty like I'm a lot older than a lot of the other people making the music that sounds like how I sound or how we sound or whatever. Which is whatever, but yeah, so back when I first cracked off with it, I was like, that was in that first round of sobriety, and it was just that little crack off, and it was from like, it was like, cause there was like all these, it was so cool though. Like back in the day, you know, there was other ways to like, the music was like getting a lot of exposure other than just short form content, other than just like TikTok vids and Instagram reels. Whereas like now, that's it in my opinion. Like you can drop quality music videos too. I think like if you have like a fan base, somewhat of a fan base, you can slowly grow it by just putting out like good art. You know, really. But but I think that, you know, really the fastest way to success, which isn't always the best way, but like the fastest is definitely like having some shit crack off on the short form, TikTok, Instagram reels. But back when I first started.
Honest Ave.
Oh yeah.
He blew up from TikTok.
Yeah, good for that guy, bro. I'm
Dude,
so happy for that guy. Like, I don't know him, but like
I love
he's so
he's
dope.
such
But, like,
he deserves it.
yeah,
He deserves it.
His episode's
so
a
much.
good one to watch. Bro.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so
He's
sick.
been through some
K's on,
shit.
too.
Yeah.
Jack K's
We had
on.
Travis Mills this morning too, who
Yeah, Travis
actually
Mills
was
was
close
just
with
on.
Pete.
Oh, dope. Yeah,
he
I
was
like
talking about it.
I like all their music. I like, and especially Jack K's and who's the other one you mentioned?
Honest Ave.
Honestly, yeah. I like their
he's
music too.
he's
They're
so
cool.
He's such a good.
Mod Son. We had Mod Son.
Yeah. A lot of musicians on now.
So when did you get signed? When did that all happen?
so,
Like how did
like-
that all take off? And
Okay, so it cracked off because there was more of like when I first started doing it, it was more of an underground internet music culture. Like there was just more like like there was just these YouTube pages that were like anime music video pages that would post my shit and get like, you know, hundreds of thousands of views.
Wow.
Because the kids loved the anime mixed with the sad boy, whatever.
Interesting. Wow.
So that, but my first song was "Don't Lie to Me." I put out "Don't Lie to Me" in my first song, which is a crazy story too, because you gotta let me know like how much time we have and shit too, kind of.
Yeah,
but-
we're getting close to the end, but I'll.
Okay, how much
I
do you
want to get a
think?
few more. There's a few more things.
Okay.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I put out "Don't Lie to Me." That was my first song, and it like cracked off on this channel called Trash on YouTube, and did like $250,000. Like some people from some labels hit me up and etc. Just
Wow.
to touch base with me and just get to know me a little. Like we're not gonna sign you yet, bro, but we just want to shake
But
your
how
hand
cool
and
was
see what's
that?
up.
Did
and,
you feel
know?
so cool when that
it
happened?
was
That's
like-
a big deal.
Yeah, it was cool. Like it
Yeah.
was cool. They just even wanted to talk to me and say what up. Like because I just made that shit in my bedroom and a sober living, like my boxers, you know what I mean?
That's so tight.
Shit,
I
like,
love that. Yeah.
Yeah, so then fuck, dude. Whoa. What is
You made your song. You put your "Don't Lie to Me" out.
So that one cracks off a little, right? And there's like $250,000 on YouTube. It starts to do like start going up on Spotify and the streaming platforms. And then this band that I sampled hits me up and they're like, yo,
You used theirs. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I just see one day that I just see my track on Spotify. It's my first song I've ever put out as Wett Brain, and it did really good. And people, and I'm like, I see that's like grayed out. Like you can't play it.
Oh,
And people are hitting up like, why can't I play this song? And
copyright violation.
And then because what was fucked up is like I had already hit up the band and told them I sampled them. And they were like, well, you can't sample us. Fuck you. You don't have a name. No, you're not shit. You don't care. Fuck you. You can't sample us. Fuck you. And
you did it anyway.
well, they weren't like that, but they were just kind of like, no, you can't
Yeah.
sample us. We don't know who you are. You're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
anything
Yeah.
popping. Which like I get it, kind of, but at the same time, it's like
Who was it?
That's money.
What
Like,
sample-
if
what
you
was
want
the
to
sample?
anybody that wants to sample me, fucking sample me,
Right.
bro. Like just give me my little piece.
Yeah.
Like, whatever,
Right.
dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy when people are like that, but whatever. Wait, what did
What
you
was
ask
the
me?
band?
Oh, Sad Girl Lie Awake.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
sampled the 8 bars in the beginning.
Yeah.
I looped it, and then that's what made Don't Lie to Me. And then, but this is the thing. I didn't. I originally did that, and then I think I showed it, and they were like, "No, you can't sample us." So then I had to have my homeboy replay something similar
Oh, okay.
to what they used.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I uploaded the similar one, and
they
even
still-
that got grayed out. That's the one that got grayed out.
Mhm.
Yeah, because it's still pub. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
still, I still needed to clear some shit. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pub.
Yeah.
Even if, whatever. So I had to pay him like $1,500, and like,
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm supposed to say shit like that. Like,
We can always say, if you're not supposed to, we can always take it
cool.
out.
I think it's
too.
cool. Shout out to
Unless
Sad
there
Girl.
was-
I
Yeah.
love Sad Girl. I love
Yeah.
the band. Like, they're hella cool. They were cool about the situation too. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
they made you bail.
like once they saw that it was like
Doing well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I wasn't just some whatever.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
They were cool, and I paid my thing, and we just split the rights on the song
Yeah.
on the pub side or whatever. And but that was traumatic, bro. I just remember like seeing that, like that, being like so stoked that it did
You thought you were
good.
gonna get it, and then
Yeah,
also it's
Yeah,
grayed
like,
out.
I like so stoked that it was doing good, and then like I just go on there and it's like that. And I just
Gone.
remember calling my big homie. Like,
And were you sober at this time? This is during that 2.5 years.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is during that.
Got
And
it.
then like, but it was just a little hiccup, man. We squashed it within a day. It was
Yeah.
back up. It was going back up again. Like,
Yeah.
it was doing good. So it ended up being cool.
Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
What happened with you getting signed, not staying sober, and like how does that all tie into like
Yeah. So
is it hard to stay sober being a musician and doing what you're doing, or like what's been the difficulty?
this is weird, dude. Like, I actually only really make music for the most part when I'm sober.
Mm.
So
Got it.
most of the time when I'm not sober, like I'm not doing shit.
Yeah.
I'm also like a sex and love addict too, and
Okay.
like I'm more of a sex addict. So I just mentioned that because like I deal with that shit,
Mhm.
and like I deal with the drug addiction shit, and like that,
It's double.
and like I think I just have bad depression too. Like as like. That's why I say like kind of I'm pretty. It's weird that I have done all this stuff to me because I feel like I'm so like low functioning and shit. Sometimes I
functioning,
can't get out of bed most days. Or like not that I can't get out of bed, and I'm not like sad, right?
Yeah.
My depression isn't sadness. Like I love living. Life is beautiful. I love being alive. I'm so grateful to be alive. Like I want to live to be 180 years old. Like I love this shit. But it's like anhedonia. Like I don't want to do anything.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm just so
yeah.
tired and exhausted and like all that. So that's what gets bad, and then that's why I end up using again. Like
Right.
Got it.
like I'll start
Got it.
doing good with like the music shit, like, and then I'll just the not wanting to do anything
Right.
So
will
that's
just
it.
get so
Yeah.
bad, and then
That you're
I'll-
like, you need something to help.
I can't do it, like because
Yeah.
I'll have all these opportunities, bro, and I can't seize them
Yeah.
because I
damn.
can't get
Yeah.
myself to want to do it,
Right. Right.
even in like the slightest bit. And
Yeah.
so that was definitely some shit with the music, and
Got it.
but I didn't like burn anything though,
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
honest. Like I would say like professionally, like at my addiction, like I didn't burn any like bridges with anybody. Like I'm still cool with, I think, like everyone, and like everyone fucks with me.
Well, I
and,
think
like,
it's in the music world, a lot of it is pretty acceptable. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's not
like
like
people
you're
get that a lot of artists struggle in. Like,
right, right.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the creative, struggling creative artist, right? It's like
But I just mean like I never showed up to like a big thing.
Yeah, you never
like,
Yeah,
fucked
like
anything
fucked,
up.
right,
like
right.
burnt
even
somebody,
with this,
yeah.
like even with this, like right now, I'm like, so I actually want to say something about this. I was doing these things called I had like 6 months sober, like a minute back, right? Like
Mhm.
I don't know, early in the summer, and I started taking these. I was totally fully AA sober, but the depression thing got bad, and I couldn't get anything done. I had a feature I was supposed to do with some money attached to it. I had some stuff, I could get some bags, and I needed to do it. And I just could not fucking get it done. I couldn't get myself to do anything, bro. And then my homie told me about these things called like 7-hydroxy. Have you heard of these?
I think so.
Dude, this shit is no joke. They're like,
what is it?
Like, bro, this is heroin that they're selling like at the smoke shop. Like,
Yeah. It's like that legal shit.
It's called 7-hydroxymetragenine.
Yeah.
And this shit,
They still sell this in smoke
dog,
shops?
this shit gets you ripped, dude.
Yeah.
It's like kratom alkaloid, so it comes from kratom, like how they make heroin from opium. They can make heroin from kratom, basically. But you can't overdose on it. It's like impossible to overdose on, or basically, or whatever.
But you get sick though.
Oh hell yeah! You can still get sick. You can still get addicted as fuck.
Yeah,
you still get addicted as
it's
fuck.
Like kratom extract or something.
It's like super kratom, bro.
Yeah,
it's like super duper kratom.
Super
it's
K.
like the wax this is kratom on steroids.
Yeah,
dude. This is kratom on steroids, and like I know, like I would get the 30 milligram pack of 6, and I was like off the shits with it, like whatever. But I could keep my composure a little bit more because they're just different than other opiates in certain ways. Like you're not as itchy, certain things you can't overdose. Like you're not as like sloppy and fenty and like weird and shit. And it feels like more like heroin than like fent or oxy or anything. So, but I say it because I kind of feel like it's like a double-edged sword. It's like I want people to know that the 7-hydroxymetragenine shit exists that struggle with opiate addiction, because it is safer than fentanyl, right? And fentanyl's killing everyone. Right. So like, bro, if you want that high, like you can go get it safely at the smoke shop. It's the same. You're gonna get the same shit there every time because just fucking scan QR code on the back and like you can check that it's
right.
Yeah, it's like it's harm. It's harm reduction. Like if you're gonna fuck with that shit, like if you need that, because like, I mean.
And so what is this what you went out on?
Yeah, this is what I went out on.
Okay.
Got it.
How did you know about it? Oh, so someone told you about it.
Hey, they just came out with heroin 2.0, bro, and it's not as bad for you.
Heroin 2.0.
And I'm like 6 months sober, and I'm like, yes,
yeah.
They did it.
Yeah.
I knew they were gonna do this finally.
Shut the fuck up,
I was like, I knew
dude.
that science was finally gonna do it. It says that in the book.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, science.
Yeah.
I've been like, come on, science for like a long time. You know what I mean? And anyway,
Justin. Oh, Justin's not here. Justin's always like, his science is gonna catch up one day, so I can live to be like 150.
Bro. You know,
don't put it past science, Bill Nye.
But anyway, so they came out with that shit, and I just say something about it so that people know, like, it's still addictive. All this stuff is bad, but if you're gonna fuck with that shit, I would just say any of it, like, just do that shit. Just do that shit. Don't fuck with the fan. Don't fuck with any of it. Don't fuck with any of it. But like, but at least with that.
But
like,
if you're gonna, as like a harm reduction,
but that's what you went,
so you're
went
not
out
dying.
on that, and then what? And then it got worse. So right.
So like, no, I actually, after I found that, I'll never do another opiate ever again. I'll never do a normal opiate ever again.
But you would take
that
and get strung out on that.
Yeah, well, so that's what ended up happening.
Yeah.
So the problem with the strung out on the kratom thing was, dude, honestly, more just like,
is it as bad?
Well, they say that the chemical 7-hydroxymetragenine is like 13 times stronger than morphine, so it's like pretty strong. So,
but like the detox from it, like, is it bad?
It was just
like,
as bad as like heroin, but
I've heard
it was
like
just as
kratom
bad
detoxes, and I can only imagine.
It was just as bad as like heroin, dude, or something, or fent or something. But like the only thing about fent is that you have to wait so long to take a sub. Like you should just take. That's why they should just give you methadone, honestly. But for fent, but with this shit, like honestly, it was pretty painless as long as I had the Suboxone.
Yeah.
I just
didn't have to wait that long.
Or like. No, I didn't have to wait that long. No, because I would wake up sick every morning.
Because you won't go.
Yeah, I would wake up
into
sick.
precipitated if you take subs too soon.
Because it's not like as strong as fent. You know what I mean? Right. It's strong as fuck. It's stronger than probably oxy.
Yeah,
it's probably and they're selling it at the smoke shop, and I'd tell you it's stronger.
Yeah,
probably stronger than oxy for sure. Because like I have a homegirl that probably wouldn't throw up off 2 like perk 30s, but she'll take 2 of these and she'll throw up. Like she'll be too high.
God, dude. Okay, so is that what you're coming off of right now? Is that what you're dealing with?
So I kicked that shit, and I just been taking like, so I tried to, bro. So I think the last couple of days I wasn't doing no nothing. Like I got off the kratom shit and I got tapered off the subs. But I think I had been just fucking around with both of them for too long, and I think I might have kind of got like maybe a little addicted to the subs.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
Well, how long?
Because
how long were you doing a
normally,
taper
because
for?
the thing is, I went to Betty Ford for this like a month ago, and like got off it with the sub taper, but then like as soon as I got out like a dumbass, I just started doing the kratom pills again, and then I would take the Suboxone when I didn't want to take a kratom pill.
I feel like Suboxone's probably more addictive than the kratom.
I would.
But maybe
I don't know. I mean,
maybe, but I think like you could be like a more well-adjusted, normal functioning person on Suboxone for some reason, at least for me. Because like with kratom, well, like maybe if you just took one kratom pill, but like
He's off the whole thing.
I'm finna catch I'm trying to catch a nod, bro. I'm trying to nod out.
Yeah, you're not trying to do it just.
But I'm trying to nod, but also be productive. That was what was weird about the kratom. Was that was weird about opiates.
So you're trying to get off this stuff right now, but where do you currently stand? Like when you said you think you took it for too long, like what's going on now?
So I tried to not take anything the last couple of days, like no subs, no.
Right.
Are you feeling like shit?
The first day or two, I was cooling, like I was getting through it. I was just taking like little benzo here and there or something. But then, dude, yesterday I was at
day 3 and 4. I feel like is the worst.
So did you take some more?
Well, because I'd already tapered like with the subs, you know. Right. But then like the days were like I got to 0 subs and 0 kratom. After those couple of days, like yesterday, it was like the 3rd day of that or something. I just like I couldn't, bro. I caved and I took like 4 milligrams of subs.
Okay, but you took the subs. Okay.
Yeah. Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
So now I'm just trying to figure out, like, I want to get full sober again. Because you know what's crazy? I want to say this is so fucking insane. I told everyone after I found the fucking kratom pills, the new ones, the super strong ones, I was like, I'll never do opiates again. You guys don't have anything to worry about. To my mom, I was like, you're never gonna have to worry about me overdosing on like nothing ever again. I'll never touch opiates again. Like I know, like, because I like this stuff better. It's a better high. I can't overdose. Like whatever. Like the other day, like literally just a couple of days ago, bro, while I'm detoxing, right? While I'm trying to detox and like get clean, my dumbass like friend is like over at the house, like smoking some shit. And he's smoking cavi. Like, you know what that is, and you know what that is. It's not like he's smoking rock. So like I'm just thinking like, okay, he's just smoking rock, like, or whatever. And like I'm just detoxing and shit. So I'm like, bitch, let me get a hit. Like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Fuck it, whatever. And I take a hit. I put the crack in the pipe. Like, I know it was rock. And I put it in the pipe and I hit it. And I just remember like getting that crack high, and I just thought I was good. And then I just woke up. My friends, like, I see like the girl, one of the girls that I have a thing with right now. I see her, like, I come to, and she's just like screaming and like hugging me and like, baby,
Did you overdose?
Like, yeah.
Wait, when was
what?
this?
Yeah,
a couple days ago?
Like 2 days ago.
Fuck.
Yeah, like I almost died. Like I was out for like, I guess like 10 minutes, probably like the gnarliest.
Was there
one that I've
fent
had.
in the crack?
I guess what happened, what I think happened was just like cross-contamination. Like he was just like my buddy, like handling the pipe with, or like handling fentanyl and handling the crack or something like that. It was like, I didn't mean to hit fentanyl. Like
Right.
all my people at all my homies in my crib knew that too. Cause like I knew that my buddy was smoking both. Right. And I told them, and I said, and they all heard me, hey, if you're going to smoke Fetty, like, where's the Narcan? Like, I want to make sure that we have the Narcan out.
Did they
so that
Narcan
in case my buddy, because I was just trying to detox off opiates and shit.
Right.
I'm not trying to smoke fentanyl at all. I don't want to fuck with that shit at all. And they all know that. But I'm telling my buddy, I'm like, since you're doing it, we want, like, I'd rather you do it at my crib where we can see you, and not instead of some hotel room by yourself.
Yeah. So
just do it here. Like, whatever. We have, like, but let's just make sure we know where the Narcan is.
Yeah.
And like, I guess no one really listened to me when I said that or whatever, because they were like, yeah, dude, it took us like my boy, like my best friend Steven had to give me like CPR for like, I guess like a hot minute.
Did they call like the ambulance and shit? Or?
Yeah, they did. They finally he gave me CPR, and then they finally found the Narcan, and then they Narcaned me twice, and I came back. Yeah.
And so now, what were you thinking when you woke up and they told you that?
I was thinking, this drug shit is such bullshit. Fuck this shit, because I was like, I wasn't even trying to do this shit. I wasn't even trying to do
like out
opiates.
to get you,
like,
dude.
Yeah, I was like, in my head, that was gone. Like, I wasn't gonna die from that anymore. Because like, I wasn't doing that. Like, I was not interested in fentanyl, heroin, none of that. If I was gonna do it, I was gonna do kratom, the kratom shit.
Yeah.
So what are you doing now? Are you over at Robbie's now?
No, I'm just back at my crib, and I have a little 2-bedroom crib that I'm renting in Mid City with my homies. Yeah, with my 2 best friends. Who's one of them is pregnant, and and they're like sober. They're like doing good, like, cause she's sober, so they're trying to do good and shit.
Okay,
I'm trying to do better and get sober, and
So
I want to be like full
and
sober.
Shit for music? Do you do like shows and stuff?
Yeah,
like regularly?
Yeah,
okay,
somewhat. Yeah, like I've headlined the Winston House in Venice, and I headlined the Whiskey in Hollywood, and like some other stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're just getting into making the next steps or whatever.
I'm just grateful to be alive.
I'm grateful you're alive.
I'm just grateful to be alive, bro. Because like I was not like that was just really like. I was already, trying to get sober again, like trying to get off the shit. Like I want to be fully AA.
Right. Was that a wake up call for you when that happened?
Sober again. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. The craziest thing is the last time before that I OD'd was May 21st of 2024. And like that song Too Irie that I told you was like my Mona Lisa that I've been working on for 4 years was like finally finished. Like everything was cleared. Like I think like everything was ready to go. Like I was so excited to like put it out and shit. And I remember like right before like I was supposed to upload it or whatever. Like I remember like ODing like on May 21st. And I remember ODing, and the first thought that I had when I came to, like when my buddy Narcan me, was like, damn, I wouldn't even have put out the song. It should have been like my family and like all these things, and like, but the first thought was truly like, fuck, dude, the song.
Yeah.
Like I pulled my hair out over that bitch. And I would have died. I could have got to heaven, and if they had told me I was in heaven but I didn't get to drop the song, it would have been hell.
Pissed. Yeah.
It would have been hell. I would have never. Fuck, nothing could have. So I'm grateful to be alive, man, and that's why I would say like I'm done. Like I want to be like full AA sober, like.
So as someone that's been
because
sober,
I wasn't even trying to fuck with that shit.
Right.
It still almost took me out. So
yeah.
I'm done.
I'm gonna ask you a question. So as someone that has experienced sobriety and all of that, and then also still struggling with addiction, what would you say to someone else, or even like yourself, that's in the same shoes, feeling the same way?
Wait, say that.
Someone that hasn't.
Say that one more time.
So you've experienced sobriety and relapses and struggling. For someone that is struggling right now and hasn't found sobriety yet, what would you tell them?
Oh my God. Like sobriety is the most beautiful, greatest gift. Like, and anytime that any addict gets full sober, like is a miracle. And like, bro, like it's beautiful. Like I love AA. Like that's, like I don't like, I hate it at times on that shit, but it's like, bro, so that shit's like helped so many fucking people. And like, if they didn't come up with that shit and the traditions and all the shit, like exactly how they did, like, I mean, it's like lasted 100 years almost or something, or like maybe it has, or like AA's been around for a crazy long time without like getting super, I don't know, like just someone coming in and like desecrating the fuck out of it, or like
right.
like all these different genre, like races of people and like religions. It's like, I don't know, bro. It's just, it's really beautiful to me that that's something like that exists for us.
Yeah.
And I feel like that they, when they made it originally, they knew like how fucked this shit was, and they had to get it right.
Yeah. Cause
like if they didn't get all those traditions and every little thing, it's like it was made so perfectly. They didn't do it exactly how they did it. Like who knows who would still be here.
For sure.
Right.
And it saved millions of people. So
I would tell anybody in like my situation, bro, get sober. And if you're gonna get sober, like fuck the bullshit, like the half like sober, like as hard as it is, and like as much as I love smoking weed and like being on like sub or whatever the fuck, or like if you're gonna do it, like just try being fully sober, like fully no weed, no nothing, no Cali sober, no, like just like if you're really gonna give it a shot, like fully go for it.
Yeah.
Like because there really is a difference between Cali sober and fully sober.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
AA sober, like it's a different clarity to your mental.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you're for people like me, if you're a real ass drug addict like me, like or just like you're gonna that clarity that you have when you're fully the best version of yourself, like that's gonna be the best version of your life for sure.
Yeah.
Like if you're like me, like I'm gonna have the best version of my life fully sober from all substances, and I know that. And it is the most beautiful life that you could have. The thing is about it is just really, it's hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard. And because what happens with me is like, the more sober I get, the more the depression starts to set
Have
in,
you
like,
ever tried medications
I'm
for it?
getting
And
into
nothing?
that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like a good case manager and like good people that I'm working with, and like like I'm trying to start like that's why I want to get full sober. Like, I want to get full sober again,
and then go the
like,
right route and go to a doctor. See, you know, sometimes you got to try I know Wellbutrin. Like,
that's what I just got. That's what they just gave me.
In the way that I don't want to fucking get out of bed. I don't want to. I also get very sad, sad girl, and I don't want to fucking do anything. But I used to be on Wellbutrin, and that was about the only thing that I feel like helped me.
Yeah.
Especially in that aspect, it made me feel like I had more energy and stuff. Obviously, go to a fucking doctor. I'm not your doctor,
no,
but like
for sure. But that's cool to hear because they just.
But
gave
you
me
can get
Wellbutrin.
full sober and the AA sober, and then just figure out the med shit. And you
that's
won't
what I'm
have
trying
to be
to
going
do.
to fucking
That's what I'm trying to do.
smoke shop.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, because ultimately what happened for me is like the kratom, when I first started taking it, I got the shit done.
Right.
I knocked out the feature. I finished
But then it comes
the
with
two
so
songs.
much other shit.
I like cleaned my house. I like could breathe again, you know, but then it started to change. And then I'm not getting anything.
Yeah.
But when at first it
It works until it doesn't.
You know? And so I just want to get full sober, and like with the help of like, you know, like what you were talking about, and just like the other shit that we do like in recovery, like, and just like I just want to get full sober and tackle the depression piece, and I think I'll be good. Hopefully this time.
I have faith in
I
you.
want to be good this time. I want this to be it, you know?
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me on here, guys. For real,
this is fun.
It was a pleasure.
Anybody watching, check out Wett Brain.
Check him out.
His music is fucking great.
It's fire.
I love it. I really mean that.
Thanks,
when I
bro.
first listened to him,
Thank you.
I've listened to a bunch of your shit in my car when I first met Woody.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to too. I'm gonna have to do a deep dive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love your stuff, man. I think you're a great dude. It's very obvious that you have a very good heart, man.
Thanks,
And I think
dude.
you care.
I try my best to be decent.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know if I'm a good person or a bad person. I don't know if I believe in good
but you've
or
got
bad,
a good
but-
heart, man.
Yeah.
Thank
Good
you.
seem very
person, bad
genuine,
person. You have a
you know?
good heart, and it would be really sad if you robbed the world of that. You know what I mean?
Facts, bro.
Yeah, no more
So don't do
overdoses.
that.
Okay,
No,
because now
dude,
I
fuck that
feel
shit.
connected to you,
Like,
and
fuck
I'll be
that,
pissed.
dog. Yeah,
You
I'm
don't
not
wanna be
trying to
pissed.
do that,
We
bro.
don't want
Yeah.
to be talking about you one
No,
day.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fuck
Like,
all that
about
shit. You know,
like who you were. You know what I mean?
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That's why I brought it up at the end, bro, because it was like
It's important, bro. It's important.
I appreciate your
I was
honesty
like,
though
fuck
too.
this. I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't even sign up for this
Right.
drug today.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just
No,
not to get
like,
you.
I'm
You
done,
just gotta,
like,
yeah.
Because I can't even. You just can't. You think you're good, and you're just.
Yeah.
All right, we got to wrap it.